Way!
That was a fantastic goal, Nicky. Really good goal.
Me and Tom are playing FIFA 2004 right now on our PlayStation 1s.
Hi, everyone.
No, you are not. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Wicked Game, where we do not play sports. My name's Lydia. This is Nikki. This one. That's Michelle, and that's Tom. It's Wednesday. It's Wicked Wednesday, so we're playing Dungeons and Dragons. Divisia Sensus campaign that we started last week, no less. So let's get to this because, as always, we've got a lot to get through. As always, thank you to our moderators. Here and in our incredible Discord, we've got Rooney Runes, we've got Sweet Poison, we've got Automatic Flash, we've got Rocha along legs. They're just holding shit down. They're on that grind of keeping everybody in line in chat. But thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Now, guys, some other heroes, friends of the family, part of the family, more like it. I don't know what I've not had enough sleep, and my voice is I've been practicing too many NPC accents, and I have had deep personality questions. Some other heroes, they stream every single goddamn Sunday and every other Tuesday, and their work is simply gorgeous. So tune in to that. Equally, Dice and a Slice, we love, and they are continuing to put out Wicked Slice and the Andromeda Adventure, which is our collab with them that we did end of last year. So go wherever you get your podcasts. Go. It is clean. It is crisp. It is edited to perfection. So pop wherever you get your pods. Pick up a pod. Now, up next, you have one more day to get involved in the charity game bundle over on itch.io. 2 of Nikki's games.
Itch.io.
What did I say?
Itch.io.
That's what I said.
It's itch.io.
itch.io.itch.io.
itch.io.co.uk. No, it's itch.io. Itch.io.
Yeah.
You got it.
Search bundle for Ukraine.
Yes.
The original target was 1 million, and it's done more.
It's done a little scotch more, but you got one more day. It's
one day more.
It's an insanely good package to have, regardless. But you get to put money towards the International Medical Corps or Voices for Children, and so it's insanely worthy as well. So have a little look into that if you have not already.
And all of the money goes directly to those 2 charities.
Yeah.
No, Itch doesn't take a cut. None of the 700 odd contributors take a cut. No one takes a cut. Not even the tax man takes a cut.
No.
Right? Unlike some other bundles for Ukraine on other websites and run by other companies who may be taking 20% of it.
Filthy.
Oh.
Actually disgusting.
Not on Nikki's watch, he says.
My fucking watch. I don't wear one.
It is. It's doing really, really well. One more day, big push.
Another day, another destiny.
So, I think that's actually kind of everything. Oh no, Dragon Age. Dragon Age. Come and see Michelle and I. I swear to God, I'm still not over it. I'm so angry. Last week happened, and I will never fully recover. I didn't know I could feel hatred like that, but I can, and it happened.
and still do.
Yeah. So join us while I just relive my seething rage all over again. It is between 3 and 5
That's 4.
That, I think, is that.
In between
So-
3 and 5 is 4.
Listen, here's the thing. We are like 2 or 3 more misplaced and mistimed jokes away from Lydia actually snapping. And I would just like to say before
It happened.
before the rest of the stream, I apologize for it happening this stream.
Tom and Nikki are playing a very dangerous game of Buckaroo.
Did you say fuckaroo?
Buckaroo!
Oh, you said fuckaroo.
Listen, Lindia doesn't need this. She doesn't.
That's one of the tunes.
That's one! How much more could you take?
I love you lots, Lydia.
You fucking don't. You fucking don't. Previously on the Divisia Sensus, it was the day before the first day of term, and our 3 brand new first year students, Michelle playing Agatha Fifield, Nikki playing Sunny Birchwater, and Tom playing Hiriath Agvi. Fuck me, remembering the second names was hard. They came, they registered, they dipped their toe in the water of school life. They found their sleeping quarters. They discovered all about classes, all about how easy it is to be dead, about how, everything. And they then went for a little quick riot in the streets before Agatha did a shift in her pub. And came back to discover that the school is filthy with ghosts of old students that didn't quite make it. Fucking filthy. And that was their first day, or the day before their first day. So with that, Nikki, roll the thing. In the heart of Mar Iridia, looking over the glittering city of Soleraire, is the world's finest centre of learning, the Divisia Sensus. For centuries, this school has hosted the rich and influential and the greatest minds to have ever lived. Geniuses, leaders, holy figures, and legendary adventurers all had their start here. Though the school is built on old foundations, you won't find more advanced facilities for the arcane, alchemical, artistic, or academic, all behind powerful wards. The Divisia Sensus has the finest and most comfortable sanatorium in the known world. We pride ourselves on the care we give to those whose encounter with magic ended with a broken mind. Each year, we instruct students from far and wide in their chosen subjects and the rigors of life at the pinnacle of their field. There is no greater, safer, or more prestigious environment in which to receive an education. Lady Sophronia Apissimos, High Master of Divisia Sensus, welcomes you.
Boom!
Oh, well, that.
Boom!
Boom! I will say the sound on that trailer is very good. So well done, Lydia and Tom. It's very
Yeah,
very
Tom
good.
mainly.
No,
Tom mainly.
Lydia,
Tom mainly.
it's literally your voice.
Lydia, take the compliment.
Like you literally did the mouth move.
So, you have woken after a long rest in your cloistered dodeca. And you have been woken this morning to the sounds of cymbals and bells jingling and drums crashing.
I cast in code thoughts and I pull the immediate memory of being woken up out of my mind.
You have
Broken the game.
a yellowy, tiny string of memory in yours.
And then I think Sunny immediately runs over to Horiath and goes, "I did it! You know what he said? You know what he said? I did it!" And it looks like one of those like worms on a string that you used to get. It's the being waking up noise. You know, we said we was going to put it in someone's brain and really mess them up in the middle of the night.
I think Horiath is like straight up, like kind of completely clear-headed, unlike me in the mornings, and he sort of goes, "That is fantastic. Do we have anything to put it in, or?"
I actually didn't think that far. I just figured I'd hood it for the rest of the day.
And I start sort of like rooting through my sort of chest to find like a small kind of
A little vial.
A vial of some sort, and I kind of hold it up.
Oh, no, hood it steel. I can't get the ending because it's like wiggling a little bit. No, you're right. If you try and cup it with the vial, because it's going to be easier because it's sort of like floating.
Listen, if you just lick the end, just ever so slightly.
If I touch it with anything but my hand that I did the spell on, it's going to go back in my head, and I do not want that.
Okay. And I hold it incredibly still. Would you like a roll?
I mean, I think you've got 3 vials, and you've taken one, and now you've got a memory in a vial.
And I look at you like really sort of like firmly in the eyes and say, "I will keep it safe."
I've never done a prank before. Is this going to be okay?
Oh, it will be fantastic.
Okay.
Good morning, by the way.
Oh yeah, morning.
Agatha gets up, bolts up out of bed, and like does not look very glamorous at all. Like hair all over the place, and will just like peek out the door to see what's happening.
I don't think Sunny closed our door.
As this noise, boom, 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 and what you see is a small green goblin, dark green skin, black like mullet, like spiky little messy mullet, large yellow eyes. In her person, she's probably not much more than like 3 foot, but she is in the center of this enormous pile of instruments. There is a kind of contraption, leather straps, and like a harness that holds cymbals and drums, and at the center is a kind of like a sort of deconstructed and reconstructed lute, and then there are like drums and cymbals coming out from this contraption. There's like bells and stuff into her leggings, and flutes and whistles are like protruding from her like collarbone strap here, and there are like dangling from her belt, and on her back with like the mouthpiece that comes around the side. She's dragging behind her a net of stitches as well. So she is this tiny little goblin with like so much going on around her. And she sort of sees you. Go on, Tom.
No. It's totally fine. Carry on.
She is like very slowly like pulling it, and she sees your face through the thing, and she goes, "Oh, hello! Where's Bing Bong?"
Hi, my name's Agatha.
Nice to meet you. And she's like got her hand out as if she's like coming out from the contraption of instruments ready to like shake.
Agatha just comes out and she's like trying to like calm her head out a bit, and it's like,
Hey, no, don't fuss about that. That's all right. How are you?
Yeah, I'm all right. Bing Bong, right? My name's Agatha.
No, it's Bing Bong.
Bing Bong.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Say it again.
Bing Bong.
It's like Bing Bong.
Yeah. Okay.
She's still like yanking the thing, her like trunk and stuff behind her. I know I make a lot of noise, yeah, but you don't have to worry because I brought all this like soundproofing for my room, so you don't have to worry about it at all. God, I'm so excited to be a second year. Oh my God.
Oh right,
so,
are
like,
you one of our one of our second year people?
Second years? I am. I'm really on thoughts. I am so excited. Have we got any bards? Are there any bards?
I don't think any of us are bards, but
Oh God, no! Really? Anyone like a sing-song or a dance or anything?
mate, I think Sunny. I think Sunny.
There's no bards. And behind
Agatha.
her, you haven't noticed all this time, but there's like a tall guy that's trying to help her with the other end of the thing. He's like chewing on a tani with one hand, and he's trying to help her with her trunk on the other. I'm sure it's going to be just fine, Bing Bong. Just come on, we need to get you into your room. Oh my God, have you introduce yourself to that first years? We've got an obligation to the first with our mentors, Pluto, in newcomer. I don't know if the boys have come out yet with all of this acting and.
I mean, yeah. So I don't think Sunny shuts his door because like it's one door into like each half, right? And there's a curtain along the middle. Yeah, I don't think Sunny shuts the boys' door. But yeah, I think him and Hariath have been like they're like over this vial, just looking through the doorway, like
just sort of...
Agatha's just making those eyes at them, like help, 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 help.
Nevma's not coming out at all. She's just pulled the covers like up over her head.
Yeah.
All right, my loves.
Oh no, it's another one. Hello, my name's Bing Bong.
You're right, Bing Bong. Bing Bong. No, I'm just trying to figure out how to say that. You Bing Bong. You're right, Bing Bong.
No, that's not how you say it, but never mind.
No. Go on, tell us.
Bing Bong.
You said Bing Bong.
You're not saying it right, but you'll get it. Don't worry.
No,
Sorry, how does it go? Bing bong.
Fuck your life.
Bing bong. Is that how?
No, you're not got it right, but don't worry about it. No one really gets it right. Who's like,
sorry. Who are you? What's all that? And why aren't we saying your name right? Basically, they're my first 3 questions. I've got several more.
We're your mentor. We are your. I can't. The accent's gone. Where is she from? Okay, I'll do Pluto. Pluto, who is pushing the thing, comes in and goes, hello, my name's Pluto Ardor, and we are, I guess, your second year mentors. It's
Right.
very nice to meet you. I'll just help her into her room and then we can chat a little more.
So what's your
And as she
situation,
like
then?
moves past, he leans towards you and goes, it's not actually about pronunciation. You have to blink.
You what?
Oh, that's so much fun. It's like a word game. Have you played the Green Glass Doors?
What?
And it's percussion! Bing bong!
Okay, so Sunny, there's a set of green glass doors.
There's not. They're made of wood, and I ain't closed it, and there's just one.
Hypothetically, there is a set of green glass doors. Certain things can go through, other things can't. Your job is to figure out what can go through and what can't.
Well, I assume if anything, if you throw it hard enough, it's made of glass.
Very good. But be serious.
Oh yeah. You ever seen a glass door?
I think at this point, Hariath gets a sort of sarong type thing to cover himself over, and probably some sort of pants and trousers to kind of put on underneath them for the rest of the day, and kind of goes, I'll leave it with you, Sonny. I'll leave it with you.
Okay.
Do we have what's the plan for?
We've got classes, didn't we? We've got primary today.
What sort?
Primary. You know.
Yeah, no. Sorry. I know you said Primary, I said so early. Already. This is now?
No, I don't think it's right now, but like I assume these lot ain't getting here so early to wait as to wake us up on an ungodly hour. I don't even know what the time is. I ain't looked outside yet.
Right. I mean, I'm very excited to get started.
Sorry, right? I think Sonny's in it. You know, there's like really like boxers from the '90s that are like really big and baggy, like proper boxer shorts. I think he's just in those. And he's like, sorry, look, me. You know, Bing Bong. Like, I get her situation. She's like, you know, a goblin full of instruments, or an instrument full of a goblin, or whatever. But like, what's your deal? Because you're currently just carrying a suitcase, and that makes me suspicious of you.
You're suspicious of me because I have a suitcase.
Well, you know, we're the Divisia Sensus. Everyone's sort of like picked a thing and just sort of like doubled down on it and made it their own personality. And I can't get a read on you yet, which makes me think you're being duplicitous.
Oh, that could be. I was about to do it in his voice. That could be because I haven't even explained what he looks like.
No, I know. I'm just going to keep talking at him.
So Pluto is. He's got pale skin. He's tall and slim, kind of broad shoulder, but not much like fat on him. He has this light smattering of freckles and pink where the sun has caught his pale skin. And he has long pale hair that's like pulled up into a top knot with long elfin ears. He seems very tall next to Bing Bong, but he is kind of not really hugely athletic looking, but considering there's a bunch of spindly wizards in this school, you know, he looks like he's
a spindle wizard.
He's a spindle wizard. He is sort of wearing an oversized linen white shirt and trousers, and
linen white trousers.
No, linen white shirt and trousers.
Right.
And he quickly like pushes and helps her with her trunk into the room, which she then sort of there's a lot of like banging and crashing in her room. He just pushes his trunk into his room and sort of leans on the door and goes, I'm not, you know, if you want to get breakfast, go get breakfast. I've already had it. This must be exciting. You've got your first day today. What was it today? It's been so long. It must have been pretty exciting. Huh?
It was exhilarating, very much so. I think, I mean, we met Agatha's family. We all met. It was wonderful.
You're Agatha. Your family is here?
Yeah, I'm actually from Solaria. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Look, we probably won't bump into each other much during the day, but we're already talking about going out tonight. And, you know, when I was a first year, none of the second years ever took us out. It was really like, I've got to be honest, our second year mentors, they never spoke to us. And I just thought, why not, like, if you want to come out tonight, come, you know. And Bing Bong comes out and goes, it's going to be mad. Listen, we've got to go out. It's going to be crazy. You know what I did? I got a new pair of leggings, you know, I got scrawny legs and I got these leggings and I got padding in them so I look like I got juicy thighs, and we're going to go out tonight and have a drink. Are you going to come out as well?
We would be delighted. Truly delighted.
Yeah.
Well, that's wonderful. I'm gonna unpack, and I tell you what, I'm also going to help her soundproof her room, that we've got that sort of sorted right off the bat. Good luck on your first day.
Are we going to need it? Is this when people start dying?
Well, possibly. Oh,
you ain't explained your deal yet, mate. Sorry, I don't really be rude, but like, I've got my situation. Agatha's situation is that she's got no situation, and Harius is pretty obvious, and so's Bing Bong. What's your situation?
Oh, what you mean? What do I do?
You know, what's your vibe? What's your deal?
I'm a warlock. Mate? You know?
Oh. Right, of what? Like, what's your, you know, like...
Well, that's a private question to ask right off the bat, isn't it?
No, I mean,
we'll talk about it over a drink later on. Very eager to know already, but I love that. That's great. Let's play a little bit of push later and have a drink.
What?
And push.
No.
I just realised what hand gesture I did.
let's later. No, see, right. Well,
Push is a very famous, it's like a game of dice that everybody plays.
Oh, push.
No. See, we actually don't do push where I'm from. There's too much chance in it. We prefer games of skill.
See,
Right?
it's funny because where I'm from, we play Garble.
Right.
I think.
Well, I can't wait to be taught all these new games. They sound from good.
Right.
Good luck with your first day.
Let's go get breakfast, you lot. Where's Nevma?
I'll go get Nevma and tell her we're all going down to breakfast because I need to I think while all that chatting was happening, Agatha was disappearing and getting herself dressed and ready and stuff,
Doing her
flat.
Yeah.
And I'll knock for Nevma.
What the fuck is going on out there?
So our second year mentors have arrived.
Oh god, so loud.
Yeah, it was real loud. But we're getting ready to go down to breakfast. Do you wanna?
I need coffee. Let's go.
Okay. All right. Yeah, come on then.
She rolls out of bed, pulls some trousers on and a crop top and her really clumpy boots, and she's off. I don't know. I didn't bring my bow or anything. I don't know if I'm going to need it, but we're so far away. I should bring everything now, shouldn't I?
Yeah, we should probably go straight from breakfast to lessons.
Well, we got group, so we're gonna go.
We got group.
We'll go to
I can already tell. Group is like a kind of DOS class.
Yeah.
Well, no.
But
No.
What do you? No,
We've got to take it more seriously. If you lot are saying it's a DOS class, I'm gonna be livid.
No. It's not a DOS class. It's just it's gonna be more thinking and less actually doing magic and whatever you need your bow for. I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You look after yourself. It's DOS class,
We're gonna work hard, Sonny. We're gonna
work very, very, very hard.
We're gonna go research.
I know you're lying to me. But I don't care.
You're so perceptive.
I don't care. I'm right hungry because I did a spell first thing when I woke up and I'm fucking shattered already. I woke up, did a spell immediately, and then have to get it into a jar, and now I'm starving because of all that situation.
He is actually talking about a spell and not a poo.
I didn't call poo spells. You do a quick pat, didn't you? Let's go. I think Sonny's sandals, just pull shorts up, board short length shorts up over his boxers, and just throws on a thing from the floor and just, let's go.
Harath looks at this with astonishment as he's been sort of putting on his sort of his prettiest sort of trousers with a small sort of almost not a cummerbund but almost sort of suspended style thing that comes up to the midriff, has a sheer kind of flowing sort of jacket on, and looks at you just putting on sort of crumpled.
Let's go!
Agatha puts on the same dress she wore yesterday and just packs her bag with the books and the very few belongings she came here with anyway.
You make your way down to breakfast, which is a long a long buffet of pretty much anything that you could want, and hot and cold drinks. And it's well stocked, and there are just it's very similar to how it was before, in the sense that there are lots of tables, and people generally tend to group themselves in their cloister group, and you go directly from there to group class. Now I'm not quite sure what you had planned for that.
We go Jingle, didn't we?
Yeah, we were going to go to Jingle because we. Right?
Yeah, we said we was going to go Jingle to look at books to see if there's any unsolved myths or something.
and just
Or failing that, and Sonny's going to hold up the drawing he did yesterday at the pub. I thought maybe we could do one big jump from one mountain to the other.
Which mountains would we be jumping to and from?
The two mountains that are like directly that the school's like attached to. We're attached to two mountains, right?
I like a ridge of mountains. Yeah.
So the ones with, because like I just remember the stables being like in between two mountains within the ridge. So like we go up one and we'll jump over the air and we'll come down on the other one, safer sounds.
Okay. I look to Agatha fully earnestly and says, is this a great feat of magic? Would this be lauded from your people?
Some people might like it.
I think people would shit their pants. If we jump to Marmo from one mountain to another,
we'd jump in a Marmo.
Well, of course. What else we jump in?
Right. Well, I think it's great, Sonny, that like we've got this plan. I think you should never just go with the first idea. It's always good to get like a number of ideas together and then see what works best.
I appreciate what you're saying, but I have only ever gone with my first idea, and it's worked out for me so far.
Right. Yeah.
But what I'm saying, I drew this as Plan B because Plan A was to go to the jingle and see if we can find any unsolved myths.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right?
We'll go to Jingle and see what's about. And see if there's
right.
any...
Sonny looks at Nevma. We're going to Jingle, yeah? No, we're actually doing something.
Yes.
Right.
We'll go to Jingle. I have my sash with.
Well, I've got my sash too. Don't worry about it. Like, one sec. I forgot something different than my sash in my room, so I'll meet you at the Jingle. It's not my sash. Like I've got that. It's in my pocket, but I forgot something different than my sash in my room. So I'll meet you there.
I forgot my trousers. I mean shorts. I mean pants. I mean horns. I mean.
No, I forgot something different. No, I've got it. I'm actually just because the way you lot are looking at me, I'm not even going to show you now. He's going to run full speed all the way back to the.
Just sounds like.
He's got.
I was imagining flip flops.
He's got like flip flops on when he's walking around internally within the school. So just slap, 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 like a penguin on a travelator.
So you guys make your way to Jingle, which is busy again because not only is it, the second years are getting their reading list, but most of the other groups had the same idea. But you make your way into this time you actually go to the library. Last time you sort of got just to the sort of front of it and got your reading list and gave your choices for clubs, but now you go in. Jingle is not this vibe.
You can play that really music, aren't you?
Oh, I'd love to. I miss that music. Jingle is very dark as soon as you go in. There's plaques on either side saying the rules, which is you are not allowed to cast any kind of fire magic in here whatsoever. You are not allowed to have a lit flame at all, and that they would rather that you didn't use your own illuminating spells, but borrowed one of their light crystals instead, and that any questions you should direct to Master of Jingle, Mr. Vodinos. And Mr. Tumnus, what?
Sorry, what was his name?
Vodinos. Vodinos.
So, sorry, just because I know Chad's asking as well, but like Jingle is the library, or is it like, is Jingle mean something more than just library?
Jingle is the kind of colloquial name for the library and the building that holds the all the scrolls and the manuscripts and the books and everything. All the kind of study equipment is there, but for all intents and purposes, it behaves very much like a library. And you quickly realize, I would say you might already know this kind of thing because this library works the same way that all the public libraries in the Iridian Empire work, which is that the sash that jingles with tiny little circular hooks, when you take a book out, in the spine of the book is a unique little like charm almost. That when you are reading from a book, you hook the charm onto your sash, and it's a way of like identifying who has what book out, blah 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 blah. It's an overly complicated way of like the kind of system that we know in libraries, taking the little bit of paper out or whatever. But when you are holding a book, reading a book, borrowing a book, you have this little charm attached to the sash that you wear. Yes, Tom.
So can you take books out of the library? As you said, borrowing.
Some of them you can. Okay. Yeah, some of them you can. I know why you think that, because the place that you went to before, a lot of them were forbidden to be removed, and that's because it was a public library in a city. But in this place, you can. There's a large swathe of regular books that you can take out. There's also a large swathe of books that are not meant to leave the library. And right near the entrance, behind a large counter table, wooden table, in the gloom of this dark library is a minotaur in a beautifully tailored suit and very tiny spectacles. That is Mr. Vodanos.
I mean, before we go to the librarian, I suppose, what is it exactly that we're looking for? Do we just ask him what we are hoping to find from him, or?
I don't know. I feel like if every student's going to be asking that, right, and every student must ask that every year.
Quite.
Can I do some kind of check or something? As Agatha's just going to try and remember, like, whenever she's heard students talk about the Golden Griffin Cup, like, any idea of, like, what they normally do, or, like, oh, I know this person found this thing in a book, or whether the library's actually the place for it.
Interesting. Very interesting. Roll history for me, please.
10.
No is the answer.
Yeah.
I mean, you remember people generally talking about it, and but nothing that you can remember clearly. And every time you start to say stuff out loud, it's that thing of like, I heard somebody talking about a vase, and then you realize just how vague that sounds and meaningless it actually is. And so you find the four of you find yourself, once Sunny has caught up, find yourself standing, sort of staring at the Minotaur, not really knowing how to proceed. Like, did we even like have a launching thing? Do we have any of you got like a cool story or anything?
Guys, when I was running, it was a bit like shaking my brain up, and I had an idea. I had a thought on my way back over here when I definitely didn't have to go and get my jungle. I had to get someone else. I had to get this, and he's gonna just hold up like a little like thing of like rock salt. I needed it. But yeah.
God, I thought that was going to be a cool thing for Jingle. I didn't think that it was going to be salt.
No, dude, this isn't my idea.
Right.
This is just the thing I had to go get.
What's your idea, Sonny?
Well, you know, like she was all like, or it's better if you've got some kind of like personal attachment for it, or if it actually helps people.
Yeah.
My dad is part of the reason why he came over here with my mum, is because he often goes places and talks to like members of like, you know, like the pro council or like people high up in like places. And like he's actually in Solario, like, and he's like, last night he had dinner with someone, and he doesn't leave for like another couple of days. So I just thought maybe we can ask him if he knows of anyone who's got maybe any problems that we can solve or something. Like, maybe he's coming here because there's like a big problem, and maybe we can help fix it. But like, if we do that, I've got to go see Hazel right quick because otherwise I'm not going to be able to get hold of my dad before he goes because he goes tomorrow.
Wait. So what you're saying is that instead of being in the library during group, you're the one who's going to be going off and doing something else.
No. I mean, is your dad here? Seeing maybe someone? I can't remember who they're actually seeing. Can I roll a history check to see if I can remember who he's actually coming to see?
When you say that, Harath, absolutely, you see a visible wince. Like he was very quiet for a second.
You can roll history for me, please.
Just to see if I like remember overhearing who he's specifically going to see while he's here. Because I know he spoke to like important people, but 14.
You know, with a 14, what you know is that he didn't actually tell you. He just said he needed to sign some papers and make some deals and shake some hands, is the way that he put it to you. And there aren't names. In fact, now that you think about it, with a 14, he didn't actually give you the name of the place that he's staying in.
Is that unusual?
It feels unusual at first, and then you think it's not really that unusual because now the music's creepy. Because
unusual.
It's not that unusual because they holiday an awful lot and they go to the same places, so you're not in a habit of like clocking in with each other and going, I'll be here for this night and this night.
And usually, is it Violet? I can't remember. Is that her name?
I don't have it open. It's going to take me a little second. One moment. Yeah, your parents' assistant.
Yeah.
She's not with them right now either.
No, I know, but like typically they wouldn't say anything because she would be a bat. Cool, that's fine.
She'd be a bat.
Well, look, I think that's an idea, Sonny, but I don't know. I think they want like something that I don't know, like really means something. And I don't know if anyone else has got ideas or like.
Well, you're the one that's from here.
Yeah, I am.
They kind of said that around here is not really that good, because it's kind of like a dry well.
Yeah, like most stuff around here gets solved quite quickly because some kids tend to come and solve it.
I mean, we could just start by like reading.
Why don't we just like find myths and stuff, or like
exactly?
What if we stopped people from cracking under the pressure of magic?
Well, that's what I was going to suggest, something like that, or like, what if we found a way to like?
Are you fucking crazy?
There's so much, guys. Oh my god, so glad you said something, Nevermore, because my mind was, oh my god, no.
Like, that is actually crazy.
All right.
That has been a problem for like many millennia.
Okay, but like, have people been like trying to? I hear what you're saying. I don't think stopping it is a thing that's going to happen. But what if there was like a way to test for it? Like you could give someone a little bit of magic, and it would just not enough to break them, but enough to see that if they can handle it.
Like some kind of magical vaccination.
Yeah.
Well, look, this has never happened in the Feywild, in the Fey.
What?
It just doesn't
happen. Have this in the Feywild?
Wait, you from the Feywild? I thought you was from like you were like from province somewhere, Dawn Province, right?
Sonny, I'm sure we had this conversation about
We
5
had it
times.
like 3 times. It's
Yeah,
fine.
you said you was from the Dawn Province, and I was like, "Oh, is it nice there? Do many people holiday?" And you were like, "No, not really."
So, Sonny, the Dawn province is one of the provinces of the Feywild, yes. And yes, to answer your question, Nev, Nevma? Nev? I feel like I just called you Nev.
Please call me Nevma.
Nevma. Okay. We, the world is just infused, much like this. I'm sure the world is just infused with magic in the Feywild. It does not happen. Even the lowest magic user is connected to the veins of magic that run through our world.
That is crazy. You don't have it at all?
No. It's truthfully, it's slightly terrifying that it happens at all here. I had no idea.
I kind of see why not very many people go back and forth between, like, why the doors aren't really open, because everybody would just go to Feywild and not go crazy from magic,
I mean, I don't see why that shouldn't be a problem. That shouldn't happen. But yes, of course. But this is my point. Maybe we are uniquely suited to stop this from happening.
Okay, well, I think we look. You find some, like, we do. Well, that can be one thing that we start to look at, right? Maybe I'll get some, like, old. You know what? I always feel like, like old stories you were told when you were a kid, and then you find out when you're older, it's like actually based on.
I was gonna say folklore.
Oh yeah, maybe.
So I think that might be a good, like, starting point as well. But I'm kind of sorry that I said that was such a fucking crazy thing to bring up, Hiraeth, because actually.
No, it's quite all right. We come from different places. We come from, it's fine.
We've got a couple of starting off points.
Yeah.
I think, like, somebody's pushed in front of you to go and talk to Vodanos because you've just been sort of standing around for a long time. Something's about to kick off. And there's been, like, some hushed talking between the Minotaur and these students.
And can I try and listen?
Yeah, roll.
Can I read lips?
I was wondering if you could, actually.
I can. You gave me the observant feat, so I'm going to try and catch some snippet.
From your angle, you can only read his lips, but
read my lips. Shush. This dog talks. You know he does. He says, "Watch my chops."
This is low lighting, though. For a human, that's a bit tough.
Oh yeah. When do I still need to get a crystal, or, like, is it like you can just pick one up when you come in?
You would need to pick one up from the front desk. Okay. So yeah.
When Sunny picks one up. From the
did you roll perception?
I did, and I rolled a 6. So,
oh, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
What you have is you hear him say, or you don't hear, you read him say, Ama Edimo. I've forgotten it off the top of my head. Ama Edifos, which is that bit of land, if you remember, it's that bit of land that's in between the Iridian Empire and the Khotan Empire. Yeah. And what he does is he turns around and up from the side, which you couldn't see because it was behind his desk thing, floats up quite extraordinarily a tiny little mole with a little leather harness and like an arcane crystal strapped to its back. And he speaks quietly to this little flying mole, who then sort of uses its paws to, like, fly off through the air. And the students follow this flying mole as it kind of swims through the air to show it where the books are on this particular subject.
Kind of hate, kind of love.
Yeah.
When Sonny picks up the crystal from the front desk, he says to the person at the desk, he goes, "They call it a light crystal, but it's pretty heavy if you ask me."
This is very good. Well done. That's quite funny. Can I help?
Yeah. So, sorry, I just want to say, big fan of the mole stuff. Like, that's fully my share.
Yes, they've been with us for a long time now. Rescued from
The ground?
No.
Oh.
Rescued from a evil wizard's lair several hundred years ago, and they've been with us ever since. I don't know when they'll die. They've been so long. I don't think we quite. Anyway, what can I help?
Transmutation. Sorry, I was working on that one in my
That's
head.
also very good. Yes, I find that very funny.
I mean, do you want to tell your face then, mate? Because, like, sorry, but like, you don't look like you find it.
Can I help you?
Sonny, this is a teacher.
Oh, sorry, sir. I didn't realize you were teaching like.
1,000 points from Dodeca.
Hiraya,
Yes, my dear.
I mean, obviously, if there's nothing, then there's nothing. But if you're from the Fae, then like, why don't we find something to do with the Fae? No one else. I've never met someone else like from the Fae before, and if that's where you're really from, then like, is there something we could do there, or like?
Yeah, I mean, her eye like looks at you for a long time and kind of like doesn't sort of blink and kind of narrows his eyes a bit and says, "I mean, yes. Can we look into the magic first? This feels like
yeah. No, like if you don't want to do it, that's fine. That's just.
I'm sorry, it's just slightly close to my family, to my heart. But I'll think about it. I'll think about it.
Yeah, of course. Sorry. Yeah, no, don't worry about it. Yeah.
Hey. You don't need to be sorry.
Sorry.
I mean, Bing Bong, it's really just not the time to be playing a violin in a library. You absolutely know. DM?
Yeah.
The Aima Edifos, I believe that's near my end, isn't it?
It is.
It is near my end. I think I would probably say that to folks. It's actually quite... That place that they're looking at is quite near where I'm from, Quillar.
Right.
It's a bit of a trek on sand, and lots of people die trying to get there, but it's near my ends.
Are you saying that we steal someone else's idea?
I'm just saying, if we did steal someone else's idea, we would probably have a better sleeping arrangements than they would. Because I got my family's house is there.
Oh, I see.
And so's my dad's tavern, and so's my stables. So, like, we'd have, like, trained animals and, like, you know, like... I'm just saying, if we did steal someone's idea, and I'm not saying we do, because I think we've got some pretty good ideas going, if we did, we'd have better resources.
Also, like, we don't know what they're going to do when they get there. Like, they could be doing... it's a patch of land is not an idea.
Yeah. But... And again, I'm not saying like we should do this to steal. It wouldn't hurt if, like, while we're here, we like split up and like go grab some books and stuff and maybe meet at like a table or something. But if we can like just hear what other people are up to, we'll at least get some ideas of what our competition is.
I'll do this. I'm very good at hiding.
If Neville does that, and then I go get folklore stories and stuff, and then you two go look at the magic, solving the magic thing, because I think that's probably going to be most difficult and most like wordy and stuff, and I actually don't really want to do that because it sounds like it would hurt my brain. So I'll go look at like folklores and stories and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's good, and I think what I might do is, Hurrah, if you want to look at like the more like textbook stuff, I don't know if they do like the equivalent of newspapers or whatever, like stories on that.
You're
stuff.
getting into microfiche.
Yeah, let's crack out the.
No, actually, the fish here are actually quite big. Couldn't you look at like the like academic journals or something, like like arcane
Sorry,
journals,
say that once more.
academic journals or something?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, you express first of all,
Hey, sir. Sorry, can you tell me where the kids' books are?
by the time you you said that, you realized that Nevma has just gone.
That's fine.
Not here anymore. But you express your wish of this to Vodanos, who explains that he can point you in the right direction for folklore and fairy tales, but the books on cracking under magic are actually in the other library that's within the sanatorium. So you'd be better off looking there for that. It's just there are a couple of things that have reference to it in this library, but the bulk of the understanding will come from the library that's within the sanatorium. Okay. But he does, in fact, speak in a sort of confidential manner, like a conspiratorial manner, to a little grey mole who swims off through the bookshelves, and he sort of gestures for you, flying mole.
Sir, my friend, sorry, can you? I specifically, like, I'm quite interested in cases of arcane cryptozoology. If that's like something we can like maybe do about,
He calls back the mole, speaks to the mole again, and you are like sent on your. I thought you were going to say cryptocurrency, and I was going to flip my fucking table.
No, that's disgusting. I think art should be for everyone, Like, but I mean arcane cryptozoology,
I think like when we all sort of like start to shuffle away a little bit, I think Harath just sort of like waits behind. Are we shuffling away at this point, or are we?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Cool. I think Harath sort of waits around a little bit and just kind of goes back to the librarian Novanos.
Vodinos. Vodinos. Vodinos.
Vodinos. And he says, apologies, I sent one of your moles out to find my groups and things, but I wonder if you have any information about creatures from this realm powerful enough to kill a fae, or to hurt a fae, or to injure a fae.
Yes, that is a specific request, but I won't send a mole, but what he does is he describes how you get to the section with regards to the Feywild and the Fey as a race.
Okay.
So that you can, at your own leisure, go to that section.
Thank you. And I think I probably sort of go back to the group and like tell Agatha, I'm just going to be a second. I'm just looking for a specific book and pop myself off to find these books. But you can do other bits first.
Okay.
Sonny's got right up to this mole. He's like, "Oh, you are a beauty, ain't you? Flying mole. Who ever heard such thing? I wonder where they put you on a harness." You're right. Like Sonny's like near enough touching it. Like, you are spectacular. Look at you flying through the air. Ain't like none of your ancestors could even dream. They would even dream. They ain't see the sky, let alone fucking dream of being in it. Special, innit?
It's hard to tell if the mole has any awareness of you or if it just doesn't care. But its eyes are closed, and it is, there's something equal parts laid back and equal parts a little bit metal about this sort of harnessed up flying mole that just doesn't trifle in conversation. It just has a job to do.
I've actually, like, it just keeps turning to Agatha. Like this mode is something else. Like, I ain't seen nothing like it. Most of the stuff we get our ways is for, like, crawling through sand, let alone fly in. Like this thing. Look at in a view.
Just huge, like, paws.
You know they can secrete an oil from their skin to, like, lube their coat up to get through, like, extra small spaces, and their bones can, like, shift in such a way that any space wider than their whiskers they can get through. And their skull is actually much shorter than their head, and, like, that will be their biggest center of mass because their hip and shoulder bones can, like, dislocate backwards.
Like
You just watch as, like, it sort of moves between two students, and it just goes.
Yeah, we had a rat. It kept, like, getting into, like, small spots and stuff.
Yeah, they are known to do that. They're sort of their whole deal, rats. They like being in small spaces. You know, sometimes when they dig through holes and you're like, oh, it's got the whole basement to itself, they actually normally just find, like, little nooks and they like to be, like, curled up. You know?
Out of nowhere, Nevme is right next to you going, oh my god, please shut up. The whole library can hear your whittering.
Oh, Sonny, we've got to be quiet.
Why?
It's the library.
Yes, it's Jingle, actually.
Yep.
And
Yeah, but Agatha's just gonna, like, be like, oh, I got to go this way.
no, you don't
Nevme's
actually.
gone. She just came to make that comment, and,
Yeah.
and then she was in the darkness again.
You got to follow the mole, Sonny.
So do you?
No, I'm going. Do I?
Well, where are you going?
Yeah.
No, I'm not having it. Because I said it early in the room, and I'm not being the only person who takes group seriously. I'm not going to shoulder the bulk of the work just because you lot have got some, like, other thing that you want to keep doing.
So, what we'll do is this class. Can I have an investigation roll from everybody? Or yes. So,
Can I interest you in almost anything else?
your role is with regards to cracked magic.
Yeah.
And what did you get?
18.
And folklore.
So sorry, I'm rolling investigation.
Yes.
Is there any way on earth I can roll literally anything else?
No.
Fuck. It's my worst stat by a sizable margin. 8. No, 7.
And Hiraeth, you are studying Fae.
The mold didn't even help me. It didn't do nothing.
Yeah, that was an 8.
An 8.
So close to
Beautiful.
win that 20.
And let's have some rolls from amazing. Okay. Okay, we will double back on that because you're studying and you're reading and time gets away from you, and then you hear in your head, pring! First years would like to move along to their next class of the day, which is primary. Way to primary. And this is now so sad.
I sort of look up and go, "Oh, what do you two? What do the three of you have for your primaries?"
I got clerical.
Clerical,
Yeah. No, just got to do the studying.
just general clerical, like
No.
Is it- no.
No.
Okay. Sorry, that sounded like that sounded loaded. It wasn't meant to be.
I'm doing abjuration.
Interesting.
What are you doing?
I thought I would go for something I can't remember the name of right now.
Credence.
Credence.
Clearwater Revival.
I'm gonna try Credence. I think. See how it fits.
Oh, right.
Never.
Sorry. What did you say?
What is your primary?
No, it's like sneak.
Sneak.
Yeah.
Why do you say it like that?
Yeah, I think
Well,
you're going to be really good
I
at
think
it.
it's shit here. Everybody's like, sneak is the worst, and it's like not very well respected. And honestly, I was kind of like, I can do fucking anything. I'm really strong. I'm really clever. I can do whatever. I just choose to do sneak. And everybody was like, it's not very good. So I'm like, but I'm gonna go anyway, and I'm gonna be the fucking best.
Yeah, like imagine
of
this,
course.
right? If you're the best sneak student, right, and you
Yeah.
absolutely nail it, and then there's someone sitting around in wizardry who's like flunking because like they wrote their spells in their book upside down or something, and they're like, oh my god, I'm better than you, and you're just like, no, I'm the best student in my class. What are you bookhead?
But also, like, it's not as easy as people like think that it is as well. Like, it's harder than, and whatever. I'm like, I could have picked whatever I wanted because I'm like super good at everything.
No, we're all actually being really supportive of your choice and saying you're going to do really good at it. I appreciate that. That's maybe.
Thank you, Sunny. I do realize that I'm just, I'm like a bit on edge.
Yeah, you're being real defensive about it, but that's probably actually going to lend you do you a lot of favors in Sneak, just sort of like always being on the counter attack. So
yeah, I'm always ready to jab somebody in the throat, no matter what. I'm like always absolutely locked and loaded.
Glad to have you.
I'm glad you're in our cloister.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
okay.
Go on.
I was just going to say, okay, well, enjoy your primaries, everyone.
On the way to the corridor, you're just sort of about to split up, and Agatha, you feel like your hand getting tugged, and you turn around, and it's Kai. Aggro, have you got a second?
What? I've got to go to class.
I know. I just like, and he like pulls you out of the thoroughfare of like walking. How are you feeling?
At this moment, confused, a little irritated.
Me?
Yeah, how are you feeling?
Aggro. No, I was just going to. There's like an unexpected like sincerity from him.
It's thrown me.
How are Tracy and Pete? How are they holding up?
Fine. Why? Something happened?
No. Oh, gosh, I actually sort of realized it was going off kind of wrong. I just, it's completely natural to feel nervous, and I didn't know if that's how you were feeling. And I guess I just wanted to say, I realized that, this wasn't really what you had in mind for your life right now. And I just...
Are you feeling all right? Like, what's
no,
happening?
Fuck. Absolutely. Fucking what? I just wanted to say, they're gonna see in like no time that you're absolutely no danger at all, and you'll be, if you want your life back, you can totally have your life back. And I guess like in the meantime, you get to be in this like cool place. But I'm sorry. What?
Sorry, what? Sorry, what was that? Sorry, you just like turned away and said something real quickly?
But this place is like so cool, and how fucking rad that you get to be here.
Yeah, and then there's another word. It's, I think it began with an S.
I mean, I guess if you have to hear it, then I'm here to say that I'm sorry or whatever. And he like pulls you in for like this really awkward like hug and goes like, I'm fucking sorry, Aggro, get off my fucking case. Fuck. And he walks away.
Walks away, punches someone on the
And you're just sort of
knocks the
left with
book
this breeze in the air that smells like sea salt, and you go into your first class, which is abjuration. So the class fills up with nervous chattering, and there is like a real mix of people in this class. They are fidgeting. There's like, tell me, where do you think in the classroom Agatha sits?
Somewhere towards the back, not the very back. She will try and take a seat that seems most out of the way. I think it depends. Like if she's kind of one of the early ones there, she'll sit like, I don't know, 3 rows from the back, if that makes sense. That kind of spot on the edge, just doesn't want to be seen by anyone.
You know, there's like you were made not late, but you were one of the last ones to come into the room because of Kai, and there's like, you see immediately there is such a mix of people here. There's some people who've got their table already perfectly laid out with like quills, parchment, books all kind of laid up and like fidgeting with it, making it perfect. And then there are other people who just sat down, they've kept their backpack at their feet and they're just talking with each other. And you sit down, and then a man walks in. He is on the human side of half-elf, in his 40s. He's got real like Aragorn hair in like a sandy color, and a scar that like cuts through his scruff. He wears a sleeveless black turtleneck and leather trousers.
Agatha really gets a crush on her teacher.
Good day. I am Master Volker. I'll be your abjuration professor for the first year of studies. First off, which one of you is Agatha Fifield?
Oh, jeez.
Hands up, please. Have you got your hand up? I can't quite see.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Right, good to know. Good to know. Now, we'll do the register and then we'll get into this cantrips only today.
Sorry.
What?
Sorry. You,
I just needed to know which one you were.
Okay, sorry.
Yes, so where was I? Cantrips only for today and probably for the rest of the month, so you can bear that in mind when spellcasting in your other classes. But after that, I do expect you to push yourself in this class. If you come here without the energy to cast your top spells, I'll be making note, okay? Also, I'm not here to find the coolest spells to copy into your book. You can do that on your own time. I'm here to make sure that your wards are the strongest they can be and that your progress is safe at the speed at which people tend to learn here. Last year, no one cracked in my class, and I want to keep that record. He looks briefly at you, Agatha. Now, I need to get a look at what habits I need to undo in you all. So if you'd like to, one by one, stand up and cast a cantrip for me. It's okay if you've only got offensive cantrips. That's what Jeff's for, and he points to a mannequin in the corner. All right, so one by one, who's first? And one by one, people get up and they are, they're casting various different cantrips. And he's like making notes and going, oh, heavens, no. And like rearranges them and corrects them on pronunciation. And some people he's like, oh, very good. Who was your teacher? That's dead good, that is. And like giving like feedback. And I don't know if you're keen to show what you've got or whether you're like holding back.
I think Agatha has spent the whole time staring at the spell she has for dancing light, like making sure she understands it every single step, and she's not exactly keen, but she's not going to hide away. Like when it's her turn, she will go up and.
Miss Fifield, show us what you've got. Please roll Arcana for me.
Oh, God. 15.
You get ready. You're casting dancing lights.
Yes, because everyone was weird about the hand last time I cast Mage Hand, so.
You begin to cast dancing lights, and there's nothing wrong with your casting. Like, you do it exactly as wrote in the book. And there are a couple of little sparks that fly, and then these motes appear in the shape of tiny blue penises that just float above your hands. And he goes, "Oh, my word, that is really inappropriate. Put that away."
Agatha immediately, like, I think she drops her book, and she's like, "I'm so
That's
sorry. I haven't
cheeky.
cast it before. I'm really sorry." Like,
I recognise that, though. I've seen it before. I mean, not like that, but like I've seen someone do that joke before. Who taught you that? Who was your teacher?
How do I word this? He wasn't exactly my teacher, but I did read his book. And Kyclonos?
Oh, right. I see. You went snooping to somebody else's spell book.
Well,
Yes.
I didn't I did snoop, but like he kept leaving it, so I read it because I don't think it's really fair that you have to pay lots of gold to like go to a school that might like kill you.
You think it would be fair if it was free to be killed with magic?
No.
No, don't worry. I'll make a note and I'll put it. I'll pass it on to the high master. I think they'll be dead interested in what you've got to say. Maybe they'll change it for next year. Anyway, listen, not to worry. You've got a lot of like, bad habits to unlearn. Actually, this happens when you pry into other people's books. That's his version of dancing lights. I thought it was well funny. He was doing it all last year. Cox ahoy! It was in here for a while. We've got some bad habits to. If you learnt from him, he's got terrible handwriting. His glyph work is shoddy. So don't worry. You've got a little work to do to be the standard of everyone else in here. But I'll give you some extra homework, and you can be back on track in no time.
All right, yeah. I'll change it. I want to learn. I do.
I mean, keep it if you want, but if you want Cox lighting your way, then that's great. It's just, I guess it's what you want them for is the thing. Perhaps not best for teachers and school and that, but
yeah, Agatha is just like beetroot red this whole time, and just wants the ground to swallow her up.
You're all right. Not to worry. Look, I'll give you a little bit of extra work. What I'd do is I'd recopy your spells in, and he pushes a couple of like pages towards you. Copy these ones. You can make them your own that way, and not have everything kind of look like his. It'll take you a bit of time. But if you relearn them, and he takes a bit of time to like show you new hand positioning for when you're casting the cantrip, and the rest of the class is honestly a little bit pissed off that you've already got special treatment. But he sort of turns you towards the class and goes, "Look, right, her thumbs were everywhere when she was doing it before. You've got to consider the thumbs. It's not just fingers. You've got to think about the palms as well. Like how arched are the palms? You've got to get very, very, exercises and stuff in your hands. It makes a big difference. That's why these are shit. You'll get better. no doubt, but she's shit right now, and that's because she's not really, she copied somebody else's, and she's not been exercising her hands. Anyway, and the rest of the class goes on like that with you very much immediately at the center of attention and with a huge pile of homework. Meanwhile, the Credence students, you, Hiraeth, are in a corridor full of Credence students. It is quite chaotic. Feels like no one knows what's going on. There are a fair few people who have come in full plate armor to their first class, and you, after a while, you are split up into your oaths, and when you enter the room, your class is full of, you know what, roll perception for me.
All right, let's go. Mate, that's a nat 20 for a 24.
Okay, here's the deal. Your class is full of nobility, and a third of the class are fire genassis, and they are immediately insufferable.
Okay.
Are a few. There's one stoic grey female tiefling who sits front and to the left and is looking at the rest of the class, honestly pretty horrified by the contents of the class. And sort of as you walk past us, looks at you with these wide, dark eyes of
I think yeah, I give her a sort of small smile. And is there a chair sort of next to her?
There's one behind her. Yeah,
I think I'd probably sort of take that chair and just kind of just watch the class and sort of stay relatively quiet, just keeping an eye out for who's there, who's
She turns around and looks at you and nods a little bit to the other people and raises an eyebrow and then puts a hand forward and goes, "Yeah, my name's Hazes. What's yours?"
Sorry, that just got me very excited. I hold mine out and say, Hiraeth, the pleasure's all mine.
I immediately hate everybody in this class but you. Please, if we get paired off, don't make me deal with them. And there's a little light chatter. There's a lot of roaring from everyone else in the class. And then a Triton woman enters the room, mint grey skin, messy bun of yellow hair, yellow eyes, thigh-high boots, a billowing grey shirt. "Right, well," and she looks around at the class and goes, "Raise your hand if your name is Hugh." And 5 people put their hand up. She goes, "Okay, well, let me tell you now. This place is not the Palace Secret Police training program, no matter what you've heard or what your parents might have told you. This is an inclusive class, okay? And we are to assume at all times that your credence could come from any crown, not just Emperor Julian, okay? Do we understand? Now, we're going to start this class by looking at divine sense and how to differentiate between what, getting that clearer kind of sense of what the feedback that you get, okay? And then, we'll move on to other things. But we're not, if you've come here to swing a sword and get laid using your auras, then you can go ahead and be disappointed, all right? And the rest of the class kind of goes on with her just immediately putting boundaries up and making sure that everybody's very obedient to her and listens to her.
Immediately love her.
Cool. Faith class, Danny. In sort of stark contrast to the chaos that is the Paladins, as soon as you go to the corridor that has all the faith classes, there are neat little lists on every door with who's meant to be in which class.
Oh, God.
And you enter into a class that has your name.
Is this
And
sort of like a shoes on or shoes off situation, like, lads? What are we saying? Shoes at the door, or
one dwarf turns around and just goes, "I'm not taking my boots off. I haven't taken my boots off in 3 years."
Oh no, pal, that's not the way to do it, my friend. Oh,
I know.
no.
I got to a certain point. I was scared to take them off. The smell's gonna be bad, isn't it?
Oh bud, no. What if you got what if you got like a venturous foot?
Trench foot, yeah.
Yeah, or something worse.
I
3
just keep
years,
casting.
pal.
I just keep casting healing spells on it and hope
You're
that it's
joking.
all right. Yeah.
You're joking. Me, that's insane.
Yeah, not taking these off, not anytime soon.
Okay.
Apart from the boot thing, fucking tip top.
I don't mean necessarily your feet. I'm just saying, like, if you spoke to someone about that situation, I'm not even talking like a foot doctor. I'm talking about like a head doctor,
Strong. That's a strong opener.
Well, what I'm saying is, mate, your opener was saying you ain't taking your boots off in 3 years, and you just.
Where are you going to sit? Where are you going to sit in this class?
What? Front and center, pal. I'm here to learn. I'm doing
See you
it
later,
right.
and he goes to the back of the class. And almost immediately, for an elf, fairly short. He's got green hair, green eyebrows. Hello, class. Quite quietly spoken. Hello, my name, Master. No, this is not the conversation.
Oh, sorry, you said hello, so I just thought it'd be polite to say hello back.
Conversation. My name is Master Thekos. I'll be your primary professor for your first year. Right off the bat, I need to take a quick list of your deities. As a matter of procedure, this will be confidential, but it is very important that I know who your gods are so that I can teach you better. So if everybody would like to actually send one by one, come in and you can tell me confidentially, we'll put it on your records, who your faith is attached to. People immediately start like getting up. There's like the sound of scraping chairs and tables as people file out, and you like form a line by the door again, and one by one people come in. What's Sunny up to?
I think Sunny's like hesitant, and then when he it's his turn, he goes up and he goes, "I'm so sorry, but I actually don't know."
What?
I don't know.
Has this happened? Have you got this far and you don't know who you believe in?
It's just mostly like my dad always says birchwaters believe in themselves, but aside from that, I just think I actually don't know the answer to that question. I'm so sorry. Am I going to fail the class? My dad is going to be so miffed if I fail the first.
This is not possible. I think you probably no. Before you panic, I want you to just really think, really use all your. Really look inwardly. When you cast a spell, what happens?
Magic happens.
No. Before the magic happens, what does it feel like?
Good.
In what kind of way? In a kind of sexual way, or in a kind of? Well, for some people it is. We don't like to judge, but Lady Thorn, she likes to tickle a little when the magic.
I know all about the lady and what she gets up to. Thank you very much.
We do not judge here.
No.
It is a little bit like a pelican getting, like a pinprick.
No, obviously, I understand. I'm not judging other people, but what I'm saying is, I actually don't know. I'm so sorry, and we're going to fail the class on the first question.
What is your focus?
What? I actually don't know the answer to that question either. Oh, I'm 2 for 2.
How is this possible?
I'm 2 for 2. This is so bad, mate.
Is this so bad?
Sir,
is this so bad?
Mate, sir, mate.
Don't you call me mate. You can
call
me Thekos.
I need you to look me in the eyes. I absolutely cannot fail out of school. I absolutely cannot. people are literally betting on me to succeed or fail, and I absolutely cannot fail. And I don't know the answer to the first 2 questions of my class. I'm so fucked.
All right. I can see that you are panicking. Not going to lie, I'm kind of panicking too, but we will not be throwing you out today. We'll give you at least a few days.
Tomorrow? Are you going to throw me out tomorrow?
We have to work it out.
Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Oh,
Right.
shit.
Please cast a spell for me.
Yeah, sure. I actually cast one this morning already, but I can do another one. What sort of spell do you want?
Any kind of spell.
Okay.
As slowly as you possibly can, and I want you to really think about how it happens.
I'm going to cast Detect Magic. Like, I just... Sonny's just going to start pointing at stuff and goes, "That's magic, that is!"
Yes, that is. Yes, that is magic. You know what else? Just look down. Just look down. Look down like this.
I'm not.
You're wearing
don't follow Lady Horn. I ain't got an erection.
No, you're wearing around your neck. That is your focus.
It's like a coin or something.
Your necklace. That is your focus.
No, I just found this.
Where did you get it from? Where's this from?
You know, it's in my house. Like, I just sort of found it. So it was quite cool because it's like bigger than most coins, but like, and it's like more detailed. And there's like this woman on it. And that's about it, really.
Please, may I take a closer look?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, sure. And like,
no, you can't keep it on if you were like. Don't take it off. No,
you can't ever take it off.
No, you can take when you are permitted to take it off, but you don't need to. I mean, whatever you want.
Sonny's gonna hold it with his head still in the thing, but not touching it. Like,
okay, this is more awkward. And gently sort of lifts it and looks at it. Well,
would you say it like that? Oh no, I'm gonna die, ain't I?
This is a mystery. This is no I don't recognize this deity.
No.
It is a naked woman, so I kind of thought that it might be Lady.
No, don't say it looks like my mum. It doesn't look like my mum. No, because everyone used to say it looked like my mum, but it's not my mum.
I would never bring your mother into this.
Nothing like my mum. If you saw my mum and you saw this, you'd know it looked nothing like her. And because all the people used to say it looked like my mum, but it don't look like my mum. If you see my mum, you'd know it looked nothing like my mum. So don't even say it.
It's funny now because I have no concept of your mother, but all I'm thinking now is it probably looks a bit like this.
It actually looks nothing like my mum, though.
All right.
What did I just say? No. Zone of truth, me. It looks nothing like my mum. I promise.
I don't need to. I honestly don't want to know anything about your mother. I don't want to know anything about your mother. But I'm looking at it, and I don't. It doesn't look like a symbol of a deity.
Or my mum. We've established it looks like no known gods or my mum.
All right. Well, I'm going to. I tell you what. I write it down in my papers.
Super. As a scholar and a gentleman, you know there looks nothing like my mum.
It's not like your mother. I would say you need to have you need to work out who this is.
Is that our first assignment? We've all got to work out who our gods are.
No, they already know, but you do not. So you have some catching up to do.
Oh, I'm already behind. It's the first day. We've just got to class. Oh,
listen,
no.
Sonny, pay attention. Whoever is your the source of your power, you have to. It is your responsibility. It is irresponsible to be casting using the divine power of who knows what.
Sir, I've been slinging magic like no one's business for days.
All right, well, go
easy on that. Like I've just been slinging it, no business. Shit.
I would get back into Jingle. Yes, get into Jingle.
Now? No.
Whenever you have a moment, and find out who it is that you are borrowing the power of.
Oh,
because it could have kind of,
No, I might die.
Well, I've never seen that, but...
Sir, these are powerful things we're dealing with here.
You don't have to tell me, I know.
No, you don't think I might die, and I might die.
Well, we don't know. I mean, people die of all sorts of things, but you need to know. You know, it is very, very important that you know, okay? All right. Well, good to have had this conversation, I guess.
I'm freaking out, and I spoke to a guy earlier who ain't taking his shoes off in 3 years, and I thought he had problems.
Yes, that's
I can
That's
smell it from
disgusting.
here, and he's outside. It's so
Yeah,
rank.
Yes. All right. Well, no more chit chat. Let's get on with the rest of it. And you kind of do go on with your class, but you now have this important task, which is to find out who the fuck you are. Who your divine maker is, whoever the person is that you are using your divine powers with. Cool. So, one other thing happens, and it is between you finished your primary class and you are heading to cultural studies. Hariath,
Hi.
there is this moment, something like you shared a joke with Hazes during your class. And you can't wait to tell one of your cloister lot. And you're walking down the corridor and you see Agatha. And you're like, you go over and like tap her to like tell her this whatever this thing is that happened in your class, or just to catch her up with what happened in your class. And as you start talking, walking alongside her, you hear Agatha say to you, "Fuck off, you prick." And you look down and it's not Agatha. It is somebody that looks like her double, but
Is it-
different. You know,
Is it one of the maids?
looks a little bit like it's just a mayonnaise girl. It's just another
Just the mayo girl.
She has like light brown hair, pale skin. Now that you look at her, you realize she's not wearing that like apron pinafore that Agatha wears.
Okay.
She's got this like really interesting dress that almost looks like a sort of thin tapestry that's belted at the waist. And she stopped in the corridor and is looking at you.
Oh, I'm sorry. You looked a lot like one of my good friends. My name's Hariath. What's yours?
She steps towards you. I just rolled a natural 20 on intimidation. She uses Mage Hand to push you against the wall. And there are people walking by, like behind her. I know who you are. You fucking prick. Clipped, are you? How does it feel to be just like the rest of us? Watch your fucking back. And she walks on away from you down the corridor.
I mean, Hariath is doing exactly what I'm doing right now. Just utterly like speechless. Like the wind has been like fully taken out of him, and just kind of looks there, stands there for a moment, and kind of like, oh shit, okay, hold on, now hold the fuck on. So, okay, how many people actually know about clipping? How many people, like, is this like a common thing? It's not, is it?
No, I'm not even going to get you to roll for that. You've not told your cloister mates that you're clipped.
I think. Oh my god! I think he sort of stands there for a moment and like in utter shock, and like looks up the corridor. Can I still see her at all?
Roll perception.
Fuck, Lydia! Why do you do this to me?
I actually didn't do this to you.
Now that I'm seeing what is going on in chat, I know who it is. But that doesn't mean that, like, that makes it worse. That was an 11.
No, well,
holy shit!
No, you don't. You can't. That short-ish, tiny, no, really normal-sized woman has gone.
Oh, Sam, you utter bitch. Okay, I mean, shit. Right, okay. Yeah, I mean, Haraif is just he just sort of ambles through the corridor for a little while, waiting for to find one of his friends / go to his next class. Like,
All right. Well, you find yourselves. You're in a bit of a daze now, but you eventually find your way to the theatre, which is one of the only places that will fit all of the first years in together that isn't the chapel.
yeah.
And what happens is every first year gets tested to see what cultural studies class they're going to be in. So we're going to math it up now, guys. A polls.
Sonny's, when they get in, Sonny's freaking the shit out. He goes, "No, I can't fail another test today. I failed 2 already. Oh shit! Like it's so fucked."
I summons floating dicks.
I don't know who my god is, and the cleric teacher doesn't even know who he is either.
Everyone in my class hates me.
No one in my class knows who he is, and one of them's got no feet. He's just got boots. It's just boots full of goo.
I just walked into someone who didn't immediately love me.
Oh no!
Oh.
No, I'm joking. That's not wise. I mean, do you have a sister that we don't know about, Agatha?
No, you met her last night.
No. Looked like exactly like you, just in different clothes. Not
What's
exactly
the
like
maid?
you.
I keep going. People think I'm one of the maids.
Do you really think I would? I'd start laughing halfway through. No, doesn't matter. My class is full of gymnastics. Hugos. So that's something.
Okay, so here's the deal. You're going to roll 3 times and take the median. So.
Do you mean median?
I mean the mean. Roll 3 times.
You mean the average?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. So when she said mean, I figured she meant average.
So are we taking the middle one?
Add 3 and then divide them by 3. Add them all up and divide them by 3.
Okay.
But wait a minute, you don't know your pluses, you don't know what you're rolling.
Yeah, alright.
Agatha.
Yes.
You roll with no bonus.
Cool.
Sonny, you get a bonus of 2.
Fuck yeah.
Hiraeth, you get a -5.
Oh, ouch.
Guys, I'm so cultural.
What are we rolling?
D20s, right?
D20s, yeah. D20s.
Are we taking the -5 off each roll and then?
Yes,
Okay,
every
cool.
roll. It's as if cultural studies is its own skill.
Cool. Bear with me 2 seconds. Oh, that's why I've got -5. I see you. I see you.
Yeah.
So sorry, I need to do math.
19.
6.66 recurring.
I rounded.
What was yours, Hiraeth?
7.
Aggro.
Altogether, it was 27. What am I dividing it by?
3.
3.
Just use your phone calculator.
That's
So
just
that's-
under 8, right?
Just under.
No, just on the. I don't fucking know.
8.
It's
Just
8.
say 8,
Yeah.
Thank you for doing that maths.
I got 17. I rolled a 46.
That's not right.
What?
Yeah, I rolled 4.
That's not right.
No.
That's
No,
This
I
is
didn't
what
roll,
happens.
No, I didn't roll a 46. I rolled a 48. So what I got was 19. No.
Shit.
You said 19 first of all. That's what I
it's
wrote
19.
down.
Yeah, I got 48, so it's a 19. No,
Okay.
It's not. It's 17. Fuck.
Why
Guys,
is no one
it's
using a
16.
calculator?
Guys, I went to
16.
a mathematical grammar school. I need you to understand.
I
should-
didn't. I took drama.
You got a 6, babe.
think it's
16.
Okay.
I'm cultured.
Sunny, you're in third set of cultural studies. Agatha and Hiraeth, you are not.
Oh.
You are in seventh set.
But we're in the same
We're in
set.
the same. Yeah.
So when Sunny sees them go, like, get put in the same set, Sunny just immediately looks sad, just like, oh no.
But hey, Sunny, I mean, you're in a high set. That's amazing.
No, it's just because I've been on holidays and I barely leave the resort. It's so unfair. It's so unfair. I know nothing about where I go. I eat the same food everywhere. I drink the same drinks everywhere. I only occasionally have their specialist cocktails or dinners.
I know so much about Pompeii, but I couldn't tell you anything about Sicily.
me, I've barely been outside Sandals, Jamaica. I don't even know what else is there.
Find it on a map.
Cultural studies is where you then get divided up. You go to classrooms, and essentially in this class, you it's called cultural studies. It's a bit more like finishing school. You're taught customs for certain areas. You're taught dances for, it's an awful lot of like, if you go to a nobleman's house in Drashen, here is what fork to use. If you go to, how to address nobility. I think you guys remember the absolute palaver that was teaching you in our home game, how you kneel, salute to patricians and everything. So it's a lot of that kind of
Sonny
stuff.
is so far out of his depth. He's so far out of his depth.
Yeah.
He's like, no, you don't understand, sirs. I've just travelled a lot.
I think I imagine Sally knows it all. Like,
You just don't like doing it.
If you're in the situation, you just know to do it. But like, if someone was like, "So what do you do when you meet this person?" Sunny's like,
I couldn't tell you what to do.
Yeah.
But if I was there, I'd do it.
"Yeah."
If I was there, I'd do it, but I couldn't write it down. I couldn't give you directions, but I know how to get there. You know what I mean? It's like navigating through the sand dunes. You just sort of do it by heart.
What set's Nevma in?
She actually made it into second set. I just rolled 3 times. I rolled well, but also she's
It makes
her life on the road going from one court to another, so she has a really good bonus.
as a mum who wears the ring, it makes perfect sense, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I like how you said as a mum who wears a ring, like you are a mum that wears a ring.
You are also a mother sex worker, yes.
Thomas, yeah.
Cool. So that's cultural studies done and dusted. I know this is a lot of like
No,
people.
Lydia,
could
people
love
fucking love it, as do we. Like, let's go.
Literally the whole time in seventh set, like when we're going through like the this is the cutlery to use, or like this is the salute, like half the time Hiraeth is giggling, like actively giggling, like what the fuck is this? What is this? This is so strange.
just hard cut from like Hiraeth like giggling and like elbowing Agatha to like Sunny just sweating beads. Just being, like, because his cutlery set is 111 pieces of cutlery rather than 11.
Yeah.
Oh,
For Hiraeth, this is actually very easy to pick up, because in the Feywild, you not only do you have a normal set of rules, there's also etiquette for every single festival, for which there are so fucking many. So there are some you have to know when it is only appropriate to eat with your hands, and there are some festivals where you're not even allowed to eat with your hands. You have to just put your face in a trough. So it is like, this is actually extremely streamlined and makes tons of sense in comparison.
You've all been to trough days. You don't need to show me how to do it. It's fine, but you're just stressing me out.
So cool. That's that. Now, clubs.
Clubs.
Fuck.
Now, Hiraeth and Agatha. Excuse me. I told you before we started streaming I needed to be burped.
Here it comes.
Baby Lydia.
As I think I've like described a little bit before, you come to realize on this day, as you are walking between classes and different wings of the school, that From the front, what you see is it seems like a school, a building that protrudes from a series, like a ridge of mountains. And you saw it a little bit with the stables, but behind the school, they have quarried out and built up this area that's between the mountains where you actually have like outdoor courtyards and paths that go through to certain areas. And Agatha and Hariath, you make your way through this winding path to a building that feels quite separate from the rest of the school. It actually has like an austerity to it. Now, this is wildly too cheerful.
Why did you have to have the same
Really
result?
is.
Now we can't go to the one-on-one view, so it's just me sitting here disassociated while you two do something terribly tragic.
I think as we're walking up, like Hariath would, we alluded to it, I suppose, in our conversations, but like I think Hariath would kind of keep an eye on sort of like Agatha's mood and sort of make, like, do you know what I mean? Like sort of do that kind of like, because am I correct in saying yesterday we were talking about this cracking, and like you mentioned briefly something, didn't you?
Yeah, Agatha really got like freaked out by it.
Thank God, because I was really keeping it vague in case that hadn't happened, but I was sure.
No. Yeah, Agatha was being like really freaked out by it and was like trying to change the subject.
Yeah, I think I keep sort of like trying to intuit like how you're doing, kind of thing, as we're going, like chatting.
Roll insight.
Yeah, like I sort of rolling. Oh, mate, that's another nat 20. 24.
You doth roll.
I mean, Agatha, you can attempt to hide. Jesus, I'm so sorry. You can attempt to hide your feelings from him if you wish, or you could just sort of elaborate a little bit on how Agatha might be behaving as you're walking towards the sanatorium.
I don't think she's not like purposely hiding it. I think she's normally like kind of quiet anyway, but she's even more quiet and
Like monosyllabic answers and stuff like that, kind of.
Yeah, she's doing that. When you zone out because what's going on in here is like a million things, and
yeah. I think as we sort of like get towards the entrance, I sort of stop and kind of like just turn slightly to you and say, "Are you okay? We don't. We don't have to do this if you don't want to."
Correction, you don't have to do this. I have to do this. I didn't pick the sanatorium. They said I had to.
Sort of raises an eyebrow ever so slightly, kind of looks away for a second, and says, "Well, I'm here. I know that's not much, but if you do need me, don't be afraid to let me know."
Just don't let me hurt anyone, yeah? If anything happens.
I've known you for a day and a half, but I think I can confidently say that I don't think you would intentionally hurt anyone.
Right, well, you don't know me well enough yet, but I do appreciate that.
You are yet to realize that the Fae have absolutely no concept of time whatsoever.
Yeah.
And I kind of like, just sort of little chuckle and kind of like a sort of friendly kind of just like place my fist on your shoulder ever so slightly.
Goes flying.
Her shoulder just goes, and I go, let's go.
Yeah. Got nothing else to do. May as well go. Just get it over and done with.
Yeah, the building, as I said, is austere. It is a lot of the other buildings have, window boxes with plants or like the paths are lined with these manicured shrubbery and bushes and stuff. But this building has none of that. The windows there aren't very many of them, and the ones that are there are narrow and barred. The building is made out of a dark grey stone with no
The 22nd.
vegetation. And you walk into the
22nd
foyer.
Can I just
No!
let's just take this moment to I just want to say how fucking shook I am by the interaction that I had with as many of you know, we had a sort of one of the rewards at a point in our sort of donation week was NPCs. Someone's NPC is fucking with mine right now, and that's sorry, you're back.
I'm back. Yes, so dark grey building, no vegetation, small windows, barred. You walk into the foyer, and there are two other first-year students sort of already in the headlights. Have I fucking gone again?
Oh no.
The answer is yes. I think you're back again, but we haven't necessarily waited the prerequisite 20 seconds. There you go.
But it's dodgy.
It do be windy here. And rainy.
And Lydia lives in bumfuck nowhere.
Right.
I think she's back.
I live in less of bumfuck nowhere now. Anyway. Okay, so we're in the foyer. There are two other first-year students standing there as well, looking like rabbits in headlights. There is a desk, a kind of rounded desk made of wood, and behind it is a large, soft-looking half-orc. Oh, hello. You must be the new tabards. Not bad numbers this year. Okay, pop these on. And he kind of puts a pile of cloth on the front desk. And you realize that these are like powder blue fabric tabards. And he says, you have to wear these at all times when you are doing your shifts here. Now, if you just want to wait, Master Al-Qaedi will be here in a mo. And he leans back and just starts like writing on some parchment. And it isn't long before a very fast walking brown-skinned elf with large brown eyes, simply tidily dressed, with this sort of bum bag, this like leather sectioned bum bag that is overflowing with components and poultices and bandages. Welcome. Gather in. We've got lots to do. Hello. I have all of your names somewhere. I will attempt to pick them up in no time at all. I am Master of Physicians and Sanatorium, Master Al-Qaedi. Hello. You have picked the most grueling extracurricular activity that there is. Most students fear this place, they stay away, but you've decided to face that fear and let compassion win. And that's to be applauded. Now, to start off with, your time here will be split between training, doing a little bit of light grunt work, just so you can kind of see the ropes, see how things work around here. I won't sugarcoat it. You're going to see some things here. It is not easy, but it is worth it. Other things that you should know in a direct way. There's no cure for the madness that magic brings. So if you've come here thinking that you'll somehow be the person to crack the millennia-old problem, I mean, maybe you are. Who am I to say? But don't be a bore about it. Now, secondly, every precaution we have in this place is for the safety of the patients, the residents, the population of the school, and the city. So if you have some idea that we could do it better, don't just do it on your own. Chat to me first, okay? What else do I need to? Additionally, for your own safety, cracked magic is more powerful than you think. There's no warding, there's no anti-magic field that can truly contain the chaotic magic that comes from the cracked. So that's why this job is so hard. You have to be extra vigilant all the time. This is, so you have to really be on the ball, watch around you at all times. Lastly, some of you might have heard of the antics from the end of last year. Well, somehow that was somehow connected to the field around the sanatorium, and we're sort of still getting to grips with that and how it affects us. So we're still trying to get some calm and some routine here. So just bear with us with that. Okay, now that I've said all of that, I think we can get on with the grand tour. Each resident has a file outside their door. Please take the time to read each of these files. If they don't have a file, it's because it's confidential, but I doubt you will be sent to go and deal with one of these confidential people, so don't worry about it too much. Not everyone here is a student. Most people crack when their magic first comes in, or if they try and use a magic item without the mental fortitude to do so. Therefore, most people know whether they can handle it before they arrive. Having said that, brace yourself, because it is quite likely you'll end up seeing some of your fellow first years in here at some point. Now, the ground floor is for actually ill people. So we have the odd Solarian in here, like a disease or sickness. We do everything from setting bones to long-term care. The first floor is for the cracked who still have some sort of measure of freedom, people who can feed themselves, that can have a conversation. In your first year, you'll be dealing with a lot of these people. On the second floor and above are the very dangerous and those that need complete help. We also have a specific library, all our gathered knowledge on the subject and general medical books as well. You're welcome to it on your own time, not in your shifts, okay? Right. Well, with that, and they starts walking you around to show you, introduces you to some of the people who are just in because they're ill and they need treatment, and then they take you up to the first level where there's no one out and about at the moment, but there's a few rooms that he shows you into, and honestly, it's mostly quite calm. There are some people who are miserable. I'm not gonna kind of ramp up how miserable this place might be, because it's effectively an institution for the insane, but the magically insane. And by the time you have finished, it is early evening, and you are quite emotionally exhausted from seeing the many different kinds of people. You don't go onto the second floor any higher than the first, but it is, you can decide for yourself how you think your character would react, but there are people here who are just normal folk who are irrevocably kind of handicapped by the way that they have had to, that they haven't been able to deal with magic. So, moving on.
Yeah.
Unless there's anything that you think that you would do, or a thing that you think you would want to talk about, or anything like that while you have done sanatorium.
No, I think Agatha's even quieter than she was before, and it's probably on the verge of tears, on during the walk back, and I don't know what the plan is when we walk back, but if we're just going back to the cloister, I think she will just go straight to her room and probably just cry a whole bunch.
Are you putting in a shift tonight?
Yeah, I think I don't
Tell
know.
you what, why don't you have a quick strategic cry?
Yeah, I think
And
she's having
we'll circle back.
Yeah, strategic cry.
Yeah, I've got to be honest. I know that Harath is like in mortal terms kind of upwards of a few centuries old, like already, but if not more. But seeing people so damaged by the lifeblood of his world is really fucking difficult, and I think any sort of illusions or aspersions to kind of being a solid person for Agatha are kind of like blasted out of the water, like from the first sort of 20 minutes or so, to be honest. And I think that walk back is in a fairly demure solidarity. I don't think there's really much conversation happening. I think it's just, yeah, I honestly, I think Harath's probably in a fairly similar situation to Agatha at this point, but for very different reasons.
I mean, that is a very valid reaction, even without your specific background. But I think I would also like to, though you mechanically don't have the effects of it, today is the first day that you are not jet lagged, essentially. Yeah. But you are still very much, regardless of all of that, you know, you're in a place where you feel 40 pounds heavier, where everything is very strange. Time moves so strangely here. It could not be more discombobulating to see people just wake, eat, do something, and then like start to get ready to go to sleep. It happens all so fucking quickly, and you just are still very much getting used to all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Sunny.
Yo.
Hype us up.
Yo, let's go. I cannot tell you. Like, I think every time Sunny thinks someone else is going to the stables, I think he's like, I actually cannot tell you how much I need this today. I have had the first worst day of my life. Like, I think this is probably the first bad day I've ever had, and I don't know how other people do it. I absolutely don't. I live a charmed life, and I'd like to continue living one, so I cannot wait to see my boy get out there. What about you? And it's just someone who's like gone sort of that way to go do something else, and it's like, oh, it's just like doesn't know what he's talking about.
I just don't know where needlepoint is. Please don't talk to me.
Well, wait, if you're looking for needles, you're going the wrong way. This is the stables, baby.
It's so confusing. Goodbye. And breaks into a run as he tries to get rid of you. You step out into the paddocks where the stables are, and immediately what you see in the like little circular paddock bit in the middle is you see your Marmo rolling around as in his marble form, rolling around in the paddock, being chased by that crag cat who's playing with him like a ball, and sometimes like pounces and tumbles with him, and then he opens up and like cheekily like swats him with his fan tail, and then balls up again and rolls away, and they are absolutely playing together so joyfully. And like leaning on the paddock fence is a young man in a beautiful tailored suit, who is just sort of watching it happen and laugh, and going, oh, bloody hell, Mephistopheles. Oh, hello, is this yours?
You're in, my love. Was it the Marmo?
That's your
that's your boy. Yes, his name's Diller. I brought him all the way from Quillar. He's had a bit of a journey. Nice to see he's got his life back in him.
What an absolute delight. I've only seen a few of these before, and I hope you don't mind that I let them get a little bit of enrichment together. Mephistopheles adore your Diller.
I'd sooner they make friends than enemies, you know. What's your name? I'm Sunny. I'm from Quillar. Much like my friend Diller.
Well, my name's Chris, and I'm from Grand Lee, but I've sort of been all over. It's really, really lovely to meet. I tell you what, are you here for clubs?
No, I am. Yeah. Do you know where Miss Crank is? I assume she would be running it.
Oh no, she doesn't. She does, but it's a little bit more. She's just going to leave us to it for a little bit. Do you want to go on a hack?
What, mate?
A hack, just a ride around.
Oh, sure. You know, we just. Yeah, sure. Let me grab my board. You know, and we'll go for a little go.
Yeah, just like not competitive, just to warm up. We'll just go.
Yeah, definitely. Absolutely.
That'd be.
Do you know what this sand's like out there? Or am I gonna need a scarf?
And
Oh, we not going duning?
there's no dunes.
Oh shit. I think we've come across problem one, mate. My board's a sort of like a flat board for going over sand.
This is it. This is what. So how does that work? Just point. Just.
So you see this little like fin at the bottom.
Right.
That goes in the sand. You see, and then I stand on that, and then I hold the reins, and then Diller just absolutely books it. You know, just absolutely rolls.
So those reins go to the bit, and he
and they're like the spinning bit. Yeah. So he's sort of like I can ride. Diller will let me ride him. I met a Marmo I couldn't ride, or a Marmo I wouldn't let ride me. No, not like that. No, you pervert. No, I don't mean like that. I mean like if I was bigger and I could fit one in my like pocket, or like give one like like a little farm carry, I would. No, don't.
Yeah.
Don't make it weird.
I mean, your relationship to your Marmo is so private. So private.
Because now you're making it super weird. I didn't mean it in like a Lady Thorne way. I mean it in like a Brennan way, like I wear all my clothes whenever I'm like with Diller. Like apart from sometimes when it gets really hot, I take my shirt off because I get real sweaty. But like not for too long, because otherwise you get sunburn. But it's not in like a naughty way.
So when you don't do with the board,
I just sit on his back.
How fast?
Not very.
Yeah,
he's only got little arms, you see. He has to go on all four when I'm on his back.
It's going to be a blow. What are you going to do?
I don't know. I didn't really think about it.
Look, let's go for a hack. We'll go slowly. You can't go on the board, and we'll see. Get a literal lay of the land.
I suppose because I actually don't know what sort of terrain I'm going to be racing on if it's not sand, which is sort of a shame because I figured if it's going to be sand, I'll probably blow everyone out the water, or sand, so to speak.
That's very good. Right. He without a saddle just hops up on Mephistopheles, the crag cat, and
I've got to put a saddle on because you see on account of his scales on his back, they flex open, and if you flex them open, I've got to put
right in the gooch. Absolutely, in the gooch. Yeah.
People where I'm from, they call it the perineum.
I believe they do. They call that's another. Yes, that's another word for it.
Yeah. We don't use crass terms about the body parts where I'm from.
Good to know. Let's away.
So what's it like where you're from?
Windy. And you begin to walk. And there is an interesting kind of stilted to and fro between you and Chris, who is
he a student? Is it just a man?
He is a student. He's a second year student who is a kind of, I'll put it this way. Well, why don't you roll insight and see how much you get from him, or whether
gladly. Let's go. Something I'm good at. Dirty 20.
Chris is a recovering shy boy, who is now come out of his shell a little bit more, and he is this is actually his ranger's companion who saved his life when he was holidaying in a sierra that is sort of east of Grand Lee, and the bond was formed between them. He hadn't previously had any like magic form, and Mephistopheles does not really agree with the capital, and his noble family didn't really know what to do with him, so they've just sort of off to school, and he found it very overwhelming in the first year. But he's a good solid chap, and you know they are extremely close and well bonded, and he's not got a fantastic sense of humor, but he is a good person, an extremely good person, and sweet all the way through. But what you do realize on this little hack is that you ride out from the paddock and stables, and you come to like the south part of the city's periphery, and you get into those plains, and it is stony, rocky plains out there. It's a little bit like a lot of that part of America that was the Wild West and is now just there's sand there, but it's hard rock
like
ground.
Mesa, kind of.
Possibly, I don't know.
Like, the Australia, like that big like Uluru.
Yeah. Very like that. And you're happy enough just going quite slowly, but Dilla is extremely slow when using 4 legs.
I think when we get onto like this new terrain, I think Sonny's going to get off and walk to see how Dilla can handle it by himself. Because
Dilla doesn't struggle at all. Like rolls away so fast, like rolling around, but doesn't get to the speeds that you're used to seeing him go, because he uses the undulation of dunes to get really, really great speeds. As it is, he has to like push himself with his tail to get the roll going, and then it's so flat once you get onto the plains that it just slows down and stops, and then gets back out on all 4 and then pushes again and is away.
We've got to sort that. Like do they, Chris? Do they do much actual racing, or is it just sort of like going on hacks?
Well, we have one big intercloister race that is all years together, and then the top 5 from that race, they race Kalakiolas.
Mate, I've got to tell you something. I love racing. It's like my whole vibe, right? And like so where I'm from, Quillar, they sometimes do, we once a year there's a race that it takes a 12-day, but like even if you're going for like record pace, you're getting in sort of like midday on the 11th day. So like it's a long old race, and we usually lose like 1 or 2 racers or 1 or 2 animals in the race, and I love it. I've got to say I do love it. Like it's just me and my Marmo, and I've had Diller a few years, but I used to have an old Marmo called Daisy, and she's sort of retired now, so she just sort of lives at my stables. But Diller, he's summon, he's blazing fast.
Sonny, you have to find a way.
I've got to.
We Kalakiolas have thrashed us for 5 years in a row.
No, mate, you don't say stuff like that. You'll get me. Oh, do people bet on it?
I mean, I think there's a couple of bets between students. Not much, though.
That's good.
I mean, I put 300 gold last year, so not much, just pennies, really.
No, I was thinking like bars and stuff.
Bars? No, not really. No.
Oh, I thought they'd move more bullion with this sort of like this kind of like headline.
Yeah, I think because it's just students. There's no real organized like thing for it.
Not yet, mate. And if you're saying they've thrashed us 5 years in a row, Chris, me, we're gonna win that race, right? There.
Strong words.
No, it's not even that, mate. Do you know something about most animals that you don't know? If they're bonded by friendship, right, when together, they can go faster than they can by themselves. Like they get. Like,
I mean, you're actually talking to a ranger, so I do know that.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
but like you know,
I mean,
let's talk about that. And like, it's marvelous, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right. And then imagine if we could run sort of like
Mhm.
a interscholastic betting situation, and like, we're going to be the odds-on to lose, but we're going to be in it, and we're going to win through the power of friendship.
I mean, I do love that idea. I met you 45 minutes ago, but I'm all in.
Chris, look, mate, you got a Welsh sharp suit and a sick cat. Like, I'm all in.
I'm so proud that you're backing me so hard so fast.
Mate, all day, every day. You say it, right? If you need to throw down, I'm there, right? I once headbutted someone who's 10 foot tall. All right, he went quite 10 foot tall. He was like 8 foot tall, but still, like, I'm there.
I'm starting to get such a good picture of how you know the whole vibe.
No, so like, so why do you travel so much? What's your deal? Like, I only really travel
Because
for
we're
holidays.
filthy rich and we can, you know.
No, I
I don't
get
know if
that,
you
I
know
get
anything
that.
about that.
No, about being filthy rich and traveling. No, I do. I'm actually filthy rich and I travel a lot too. Like,
Yeah.
mostly go to like my family like resorts mostly because and one time we went somewhere and we went on a city break and we didn't go on a resort and we lost my mum for 3 days because she just kind of got carried away by the flow of the streets. So we usually stick to resorts because we know that
Yeah.
even if we lose her, she's going to be on the ground somewhere.
I mean, I suppose you probably have a villa in the Bay of Souls, don't you?
Do we?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely, no.
You bought a
Yeah.
resort in the Bay of Souls.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, like, yeah, I think my dad's got places all over the shop. Like, really, like we just stay. He's also part of like some like a holiday club. Like, so him and some other guys from some other cities. What they've done is they've all bought villas like all over the shop and they share them. So like they've all bought their own and they all own their own, but like we're not in the Bay of Souls all year round. So like when one of my dad's mates will just sort of send a letter, it's like, "Yo, no Bort, do you fancy if we might stay in the villa?" And he's like, "Yeah, no problem, Jeff. You take it. We ain't planning to be there for another 6 months. So you take your fair share." So yeah,
we've got to talk about what we're doing for Spring Holes because
me exactly.
we really do something mega, couldn't we?
Yeah, no, and not only that, like I'm pretty sure that everyone in my cloister has never actually been on a holiday, so that's pretty devastating.
No. Really?
Yeah, I actually don't think that not a single person in my cloister has been on a holiday, which, you know, is wild considering it's like almost like 30% of my personality is being on holiday.
Yeah, traveling, I'd say, was like 45% of mine, that's for sure.
I know. It's like, it's mental, isn't it? Because like it just sort of like broadens your mind, and it's like, it's just
it
a sense of
can,
freedom
yeah.
you just don't get with other activities.
We got to circle back. The sun is really going down.
Really is. I tell you something, mate.
Mm-hmm.
I've had a real crisis today, and I really enjoyed meeting you. I've had a crisis and a Chris. Isn't that nice? In that summon.
You know, you're extremely funny.
Do you know what? My mom says that all the time. Whenever I'm nattering away at her, she goes, "You are funny, Sonny." And I go, "Oh, funny, Sonny." And she goes, "And again." And it's just sort of like that situation is most of sort of our relationship.
Yeah. Okay, so that is your first school day other than worship done. Sonny, are you going to worship after dinner?
I am going to go to worship. I think for dinner, I think Sonny is going to sit cross-legged on the table.
Christ.
So because like it's like big bench tables, right?
Yeah.
I think Sonny just sort of like moves the food a bit, and like because I imagine him on the end, he's just going to climb up and sit cross-legged, so he's facing the three of them, and he's like with his back to like the rest of the bench, like, "Guys, I've had a day. I've had such a day.
Tell me about it.
I had 2 questions. I only got asked 2 questions in my primary, right? I didn't know the answer to either of them.
Bloody hell!
Yeah,
What was the question?
I said, "Who's my god?" And I was like, "I don't know." And then they were like, How do you do magic?" And I was like, "I don't know." So like,
that's really embarrassing. I feel actually embarrassed for you right now.
Yeah, but never, you don't understand. It's actually the least embarrassing thing that happened in that class because one guy said he ain't taking his shoes off for 3 years, so I'm pretty sure it's just boots and you down there.
Years?
What? 3 years? Yeah, he said he ain't taking his shoes. He's so scared to take his shoes off. It's just boots and goo.
I'm sorry. No. That is, you have to let that things free.
No, I know.
I think if we were to just tie him down and pull his boots off, it would just be like we just have a boot full of skin and then some like bones.
Boots and goo.
While all this is happening, Agatha is deep in her books. Like, she is trying to catch up, and she's already like trying to copy stuff over and practice. And then she just looks up and goes, "Wait, you don't know who your god is?"
No, I do.
Well, didn't they tell you?
Who?
Well, like your teacher or whatever. Like, who?
No, they don't know, because basically they found out that what actually is this necklace I got here with this pendant,
Right.
With a picture of it. He said it's definitely no god that he knows, and it's definitely not my mum. So we've crossed those off the list. So it's no known god to an actual god scholar. So like maybe it's something dangerous.
Can I look at this this effigy and see if I recognize it at all?
Yeah, roll religion.
It's Riot's mum.
With disadvantage, please.
Religion.
Riot's mum.
With disadvantage.
Tracy.
It's Lindia.
It's Lydia.
That is a 9.
You don't know. It's pretty though. It's pretty. It's like a worn coin medallion with a naked woman in a kind of whimsical pose, not in any way sexualized.
Yeah.
The fact that she's got no clothes on is not.
It's like the size of a £5 coin, if you remember those. Classic Nikki coming in with the approachable references.
Sure, Nikki. Sure.
Yeah, it is. It's quite pretty,
beautiful.
but it's worn.
It's beautiful.
Silver's all of you, America.
Why don't we just do this?
What?
What find
For the Golden Griffin Cup. We'll find out who your god is.
find out
Someone's gonna
who
have it.
Sonny's cleric to?
Kind of small fry.
Yeah, and also he said if I don't figure it out by next class, I'm probably going to get kicked out of school. So I think maybe
Alright.
we shouldn't wait till then.
Maybe not.
What?
Yeah, he said, I said, you're going to kick me out? And he said, not yet. And I was like, oh shit. So basically it means I've got 4 hours or I'm going to die.
Alright. Well, I have to get ready to go to a shift.
Oh
Not.
shit. Well, I've got
Wait,
to
are you not coming to the bar with our mentors?
Go have fun without me.
I can't go. I've got to go to worship and also probably to the library.
But hold on. We've been
Like
invited.
we're going out with second years.
We've been invited out.
Mates,
Right?
mates, I'm sorry, but my whole world has been turned upside down. Today's my first, but actually, it's turned out to not really be that much of a bad day because I made a new friend. So.
Like, go quickly pray and then go. Like, how long can it go? Like,
Dusk. Look, dusk is for this. It's for exactly what we're going to do. It's to meet people and dance and figure out who these people are, make friends, make enemies, make lovers. This is the time.
gets it? Listen to this. Let's go.
This is dusk.
I've got to
You
go
have
to
to.
worship.
Yeah, but
Absolutely
like
got to.
quick, just like.
I don't know if you've ever been inside a church, but they don't really do quick too well.
I think worship's only like an hour, so you could probably go
Here, that's
after
not quick.
Sunny.
Like, but what if we don't get the answers I need in worship?
Like, meet us at Apony. Is that the name of your place?
Yeah, the Apony. I mean, if you come to the Apony, then I'll be there. I'll just.
But like, you don't want other people.
No, you can bring other people. Like, it's fine. Bring.
What you want?
Cool, we
thing-
can bring other people.
I think like this is like genuine passion in Herat's eyes. Like, and he kind of like grabs your cheeks and goes, "Thank you," and
just runs off.
and
Not too
Like,
late,
meet
not too late.
Riot, we'll get people, we will bring him. You go to work. Don't worry about it. Me and Riot got this. Yeah.
Alright.
Shit.
Yeah, alright, thanks. Yeah,
All right.
Sonny, you go to worship and then just meet us at the Apony when you're done.
You guys are making it sound like it's no big deal, but the way the teacher made it sound like it was one big deal at least, or two.
Well, That's where we'll be.
Okay, if I find out this lost guard in an hour, I'll be there.
All right. I mean, did you say like you're really lucky or something?
No, that's my dad.
Oh, right. Why don't you ask him?
He's not here. He's going home tonight. Well, he's not going home. He's going on holiday. And I tell you something. If I try and interrupt my mom's moisturising routine the night before she goes travelling, you have no idea what sort of hell I'll be into. Which by the time she'll be done with me, I'll be good for nothing but soup.
Right. Well, all of that, Cool.
Harath
Right. Let's go.
Yeah, Harath has spent this time that this conversation has been going on, just going over to to other tables and just sort of like I think he's respecting Agatha's wishes of let's not bring everyone this time, but like just kind of eyeing out the people that he thinks could make for good fun times kind of thing,
So, I think for Harath's sake, I think Agatha probably left very quickly, before, so she wouldn't see all this.
Harath, I want to go via cloister because I got swampy pits. I need to change into something different.
Of course.
I don't want to take all my books and stuff, so we could turn around. I need to refresh eyeliner.
Yeah, of course. Hey, you're someone who, I'm assuming we're sort of like walking towards
the dog.
You're someone who is good at sneaking, is proficient in sneak.
Yes.
I wonder if you see or if you have seen someone that looks like Agatha, but in a patchwork dress that kind
like
of
a doppelganger.
Almost. Looks enough like Agatha that you might mistake her for Agatha, but has kind of a personality more towards your own. And I mean this in the highest respect.
She sounds fucking hot.
She was quite something.
Right.
If you were to see her, just could you let me know? Could you Thank you.
All right, let's I'll keep an eye out. Right. And as you go into your cloister to quickly do a quick turnaround, a quick refresh, there are a bunch of people lounging in the center area. And Pluto is there chatting with some of his friends. Oh, hi. Are we going out?
I think so, yeah.
Cool. We were going to go to the Grapevine. This is some of my warlock friends here, and it's just so many fuckboys.
That's his deal.
This is Chad. This is Chad Bruce. This is Grazer. This is Laser.
The smell of Armani perfume in this room is so fucking potent right now. And they're all lounging with their legs splayed, and they check these two gorgeous people that walk in the room, and they're like, hey.
Hi.
And you get introduced to a few of them. There's a dwarf there. There's a really tall guy. There's just a few people essentially splayed out on your couch and chairs.
Can I just say the description of someone being just a really tall guy, I take personal offense to.
It's fine. Earlier before stream, Lydia said a white guy with a beanie, so she's been
as an
coming
insult.
at you, mate.
As an insult, yeah.
This very tall guy, in fact, stands up. He's got he's pale. He's got dark, a sweep of dark hair. He's got a mesh top, polo neck. He's got a draped a draped kind of overshirt in linen. He's got like leather trousers, and he steps forward, and he's not far off your own height, which is unusual.
I think literally, like, Harath is about to kind of go. Actually, we're thinking of going to this place. Would you mind if this were to be the place that we? He kind of goes. Actually, hi.
Sorry, it's just actually. I saw you at Credence today. I'm actually a first year. I'm not actually. I was here last year, but it was like a whole thing. But I'm actually also. My name's Janaris. Sorry, hi.
I sort of hold my hand out and kind of very carefully kind of clasp his hand in mine, and I say, "Harath, it's a pleasure."
So I think we're going to go to the Grapevine and play some push.
Absolutely. I actually have a friend who works at I can't remember the name of your
the Apony.
The Apony. You probably know of it. But I wonder, she has to. Well, a friend. It's Agatha. You know Agatha. I wonder whether we could drop by there at some point during the night and spend some time there as well.
Pluto, are we set on the Grapevine? And they have like a discussion, and then the plan is then changed.
But my dude, the game at the Grapevine is just.
And the plan is changed so that everyone's now going to the Apony to play push there instead.
Mate, the Plum Porter to die for.
Plum Porter.
No, my dude, that girl I saw 10 weeks ago, she might be there tonight, so I just want to go in case.
It's like the reason why I get top tier pussy is because I go to the Grapevine.
No, you don't understand. You go early, you commit early, and then you get back out before 11. Twice in a night. Top tier game. Come on, bros.
Horrible.
Horrid. How dare you suggest these?
But yeah, I sort of chat and mill and kind of schmooze a little bit with these.
You've got some insight for me about this gaggle of fuckboys. I don't know what the collective noun for fuckboys is.
Twattery. That's a 21. 17
21.
plus 4.
I'm going to say this. They're mostly second years, but for Janaris, and they are the two good folk from it are Pluto, who actually really doesn't talk about game, and the same with Janaris. Everyone else is fucking insufferable about like which of the first years would be good to pull. And
oh my god, I will Tom will fight them. Tom will actually fight them.
You don't understand, my bro. I'm like a dog for the pursuit. Like it's not
the fact that you're saying this in Sonny's accent is really upsetting.
It sounds like you're
Sonny's accent.
But you and you sort of realize everyone is like moving to go, and Nevma just isn't there. You just see her door is open ajar, and you see this dark form on the other side of it, not ready to like come out.
I think after a little while, I sort of knock and kind of did I bring anything like sort of any kind of wine or spirits or anything from the Fae? Did I?
You brought the Fae version of Tani, which is slightly different to Tani here. It's like it's got a mineral deposit in it, which is a bit like popping candy, and they come like like Twizzlers but filled in the middle.
Sick. I think not that I'm trying to coax her out like a fucking woodland creature, but like I go to my room, I grab a piece of Tani, put it in my mouth, I knock on her door, and just sort of like offer up the piece of Tani and go, how are you doing?
Like, I mean, I'm going to go, but I'm going to have to get real drunk.
Hey. I'm not stopping you.
Look,
Are you okay?
yeah, I'm
Right now?
fine. I'm fine. What is this? Honey?
This is what? It's Tarny. Yeah, it's
She takes a bite and her knees like buckle beneath her, and she just lies on the ground chewing for a second and is like,
oh shit. Are you okay? Is
"What the fuck is this?"
it's a sweet. It's a little piece of candy. What-
Oh my god, I have to have loads more of that.
I mean, is it
Her
that good?
eyes immediately dilate completely, and she's just looking back at you and going, "How much of this do you have?"
Have I just given her Coke? Have I just given her a line? Like, I mean, more. What's? Are you okay?
Please, I want to climb you. And she puts like her foot up on your hip and climbs up so that she's sitting like on your shoulders. Let's go.
Okay, let's go.
Right.
We are going to the to fuck apathy.
Apathy.
Oh, guys, we're going to this new club. It's called Apathy.
It's
supposed to be
it's
the
super
taste
chill.
test.
Such a different vibe.
Like no dicks know about it, so it's basically an all-you-can-eat buffet. If you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. We're going to the apathy. I don't even care about it, but you know it's so good.
And I totally plan on double dipping my chips. If you know what I'm saying, boys.
And like I think I'm gonna sort of with Nev on my shoulders. I'm just gonna kind of just pop our hand up to Pluto and just go. We're gonna make our way down.
Yeah, let's go. And everyone's like up and moving along. And so you are now, Agatha, you are ready pulling pints, and maybe 15 people arrive at the Apony from the school. And it is this is sort of the most amount of school students that you ever really get in the Apony. But it is an interesting evening. There is some push played, which is not unusual. It's a very, very popular game. If anyone would like a quick, push. Push is like... whatever I don't do any of this betting game stuff at all, so I'm so sorry, but it's whatever that card game is that you want to get as close to 21, but you do it with blackjack. There we go. It's like blackjack. I never played it in my whole life. It's like blackjack but with dice. One person goes first, and you want to get as close as you possibly can without going bust, and then the other person goes. You lay money on it. Blah blah blah.
This sounds fucking sick. Is there a dealer? I suppose not.
No, you flip. There's a whole system of like, if you propose to play the game, you get to call the other person gets to call a flipped dice and then a flipped coin, and so there's like a whole ritual that goes with even starting the game.
I don't think Sunny would know, because without a dealer, there's no house edge, so.
It's one of those common games that gets played absolutely everywhere. You see children playing in the streets. It's so commonplace, and it happens at dinner parties. It happens everywhere. There's no like class thing to it. Now, towards the it is the sun has gone down. Mel has absolutely stopped playing and stopped working to sit with the warlocks. And Tracy, your mother, approaches you. I keep turning the music down and I don't know if it's just creeping up, but it's so loud to me. Tracy comes up to you. Hags,
yeah.
Been great, by the way. Thank you. So, George, kind of sad drunk George, and she points down the way, and there is like this like 50-ish just sad drunk George. I don't need to elaborate any further. He wanted to talk to you, and he actually seems kind of more sober than usual.
Oh, all right. Yeah. Can you just finish serving this
Yeah. Your dad's here. We got this. And you walk down the way, and sad drunk George, who is sort of, he's wearing clothes that would have once been really nice suit, but that would have been quite a long time ago. So very, very worn through. And he has grey hair. It's long. He has stubble. Agatha.
Yeah, you're right, George.
Yeah. I was told you go to the Divisia now.
Yeah, I do. Today was my first day.
So proud. I think then that you can. I wonder if you would help me, Agatha.
Yeah. What with what? What can I help you
with? You see, here's the thing, and he leans in. The woman that I love, she has been held prisoner for 25 years. And I want you to save her.
Right. Okay. And who is she? What's her name?
Her name is Francesca Orthonos. You know the Orthonos family, right?
Do I?
Roll history. With advantage.
Thank you, Lydia. Natural 20.
Woo! The Orthonos family is a noble family in Solarea. You don't know of any daughter. There's a son for sure. Oh God, natural 20. All right, the Orthonos family. Evelyn Orthonos, husband Jareth. They have a son for sure that's called Jerome. They don't frequent the Apennine that much because they care an awful lot about status and so on. So they, when they talk an awful lot about mead that they get in the capital. And yeah, exactly. They're those people. Agatha, can I tell you my story?
Yeah, of course. I just take a quick look to make sure everything's under control, then I'll go pull up a seat.
He's very emotional and takes his time. His hands are shaking. You're not sure whether that's alcohol withdrawal or whether it's because he's nervous. I was 23 when we fell in love. She was getting ready for her palace season when she came into my bookshop, and I'm trying to find something that is not this music. She was about to go off to do her palace season, but she came into my shop and we talked about the old epic poems together, and it was only after that she left that I found this mysterious stack of paper with a poem written out onto each page. I knew it could have only been her, so I read it and I fell in love with her through her poem. She was her mind, her talent. She was brilliant, and she wanted to secrete these poems anonymously around the city, and I thought that was really fun. So I helped her. She didn't ever want any money or renown or anything. She just liked the romance of it. But the time came that she had to go, and we were very deeply in love by this point. So she told her parents that she didn't want to go to Grand Piley and find a noble spouse. She wanted to marry me instead. But, you know, they had wanted her to make an advantageous marriage, and, you know, I just run a bookshop. So they categorically refused. Didn't want her marrying a bookseller without a contract to the Divisia Sensus, no less. So she fought with them for a long time about it. You know, weeks the fighting went on. And one day I spent all my savings, you know, to buy a fine suit. And I went to their manor to try and mend broken bridges and talk to them. But they told me that she had gone to the capital already. I didn't know what to make of it. I reckoned they'd probably taken her by force or something. But then again, you know, I thought, you know, people who go and do the palaces, and they got to really want it. Otherwise, you'd sort of, you know, it doesn't. Little that I know about it, you've got to like play a game, and if you're not into it, then it's not going to work, you know.
Yeah.
So I just kept pushing, you know. I wasn't sure, but I just kept pushing. I didn't believe she would have said goodbye to me, you know, at the very least. I don't think that she would have. I didn't want to give up on her, Agatha, you know. Hadn't known her for very long, but
That's sweet, George, that you didn't give up on her.
we already felt like partners, you know, like a team. And we'd had a plan already, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, I sent letters, you know, I gave them in to parents or whatever, and I knew they'd open the letters, read them. So I made them like respectful. I respect your decision. Just let me know. We got in that book that you ordered, you know, that like stuff like that, because I just needed to hear from her.
Yeah.
Eventually she wrote back, and that was when I knew something was afoot then, because the writing was shit. You know what I mean? Like one sentence was like 3 lines. Do you know what I mean? And there was a long paragraph. She would never.
Like, you don't think it was her writing them?
I don't think so, no. But, you know, the letter was like, I don't love you. I'm going to get married to this, like, I've got loads of offers. I'm going to take one. And, you know, I knew it wasn't her. I didn't know what to do. In the end, they told me that she'd married some obscure noble in Droshen, like right on the far side of Droshen. But I knew, like, she didn't care about noble stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
she was a dreamer, you know? She just wanted to write, and she didn't even want her name to be on any of it or anything. She just wanted to give people joy, you know?
Yeah.
Anyway, like, the years went by. I never stopped believing. A few years ago, remember when we had that massive heat wave in the summer? It's crazy.
Yeah, it's horrid,
years ago.
yeah.
I found this scrap of paper in the street, and it had this like bit of a sentence on it. I swear it's going to sound like I'm mad, but she wrote it. I swear she wrote that sentence. It's got like her rhythm, you know, and it was messy handwriting and everything, which wasn't really her way, but I swear. And then last year I was closing up shop one day, and this other scrap of paper like hit me in the face, and I swear, I just think it's hers, you know?
So
I went to the custers and I like told them about it, and they were like, they just said I had to stop harassing the family, that the family had complained about me, that I was this mad old drunk that was bothering them, and I had to stop, you know, and the papers didn't mean anything, it was just rubbish, and I should move on. But Agatha, I think they've kept her prisoner. can't figure any other way that it could be she wouldn't have left me.
You think she's still here in Solaria?
Well, she loved me, Agatha. I know she wouldn't have gone without me.
I just like put a hand on his back and I'm like, oh.
As soon as you touch him, he just like snot bubbles up out of his nose and he just begins to weep.
I'll oh god. I'll try and find her. I can't promise anything, George, but I'll
Because you're like magic and stuff now, aren't you? You can like find her.
I will do what I can, George. I'll have a look.
You are a right one, Agatha.
Thanks, George. I'm real sorry that this happened to you. I hope we find her. But
I swear it's true. No one believes me, but it's true.
I'll believe you, George.
Yeah, I tell everyone that you're a good girl.
Well, that's much appreciated, George.
Right, I've been saving myself to tell my story, and I really need a drink now.
All right, let me get you a drink. And Agatha hops off the stool and runs back around and pulls out a pint.
Oh.
Right. Let me make sure, and I'm just going to make sure I've got her name right and everything. And because I think also all this time Agatha's had Mage Hand holding like her books up, so if she's got a spare hand, she can like write stuff. So she jots it down, like find Francesca.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Tom, I did see your message, but I was busy being sad drunk, George.
No, it was absolutely there.
Also-
there for.
I'm really sorry, but me and Nick have been watching so much Seinfeld. I was just picturing George Costanza from Seinfeld. I was like, oh, all right.
She loves me, Jerry.
Yeah, the answer though, Tom, is yes. There's plenty of fun to be had. There's plenty of great people around.
Cool.
And it kind of gets to close to closing time. It's late.
Do I ever show up?
Oh yes, Sunny, because you have not been. You went to worship. Now
I did.
you go to chapel.
Yeah.
What do you do when you go to chapel?
I find a person there and go, "Excuse me, do you mind helping me? I'm just trying to find out who this is." And they're going to show the coin up. I'm so sorry, but basically, I'm doing clerical, and I found out that this is basically my daily, but my clerical teacher didn't know who it is, so I'm just hoping that maybe you'll be able to find it. Or it might not be this actual person, but this is like a symbol or something that they use then. You know?
Right off the bat, don't recognise it, but you're talking to a very elderly looking.
Is there like a god lost and found or something?
Not really. I can immediately tell you, not a god that we have a shrine to, but looks to me more like patron saint of some kind.
You what? So this is like a painting saint.
Patron, a saint. Yeah, I mean, let's just stick with saint for now.
Right.
It looks like a saint.
Of who?
I don't know, but you could. But that's, my advice would be to get to Jingle on that. We don't.
Then would you mind terribly if instead of worship I went to Jingle, because they're like my cleric teacher said that I've really super got to get to the bottom of this ASAP.
This is your time.
They asked me one question today in cleric class, and they're like, "Who do you worship?" And I've got to be honest, I sort of shat the bed. I was the only one who didn't know.
You'll be fine, young man. Don't you worry about it.
You sure?
Yeah, you know what?
You promise?
Refer to Master Mims if anyone has a problem. I'll say that you've been directed. Your studies have been directed.
Right. Sick. Right. I've got to go to Jingle. Sorry. Thank you so much. Have a nice evening. And
Bless you.
I think there's a party happening with some of the second years. I'm not sure if you've ever been to a party with second years, but they're apparently.
Oh, I couldn't be. I'm absolutely not interested in that. But thank you for sharing. That's wonderful.
Okay. You have a nice evening.
Good evening.
If you ever find yourself in Quillar, just like look up Birchwaters. We'll sort you out. You've made me feel much better about my situation.
Off you go to Jingle now. Off you go. Well done.
Like flat-footed running through the corridors.
Hiraeth doesn't know
shit,
why.
no running.
Hiraeth doesn't know why, but he's so proud of Sunny right now.
Sunny runs and then goes, "Oh shit, no running!" And then just that arms like bolt down, like power walk that people do. Like,
yeah, because you've been instructed no running or flying in the corridors.
No running or flying. Shit. Move out my way! I've got to get a Jingle.
Jingle is quieter this time of evening. Pardon me?
Is Henry there?
Henry's not there. No, Henry doesn't actually work in Jingle. He was just doing a day before the term bit of extra thing. But you ask Vodnos to be directed.
Mr. Moleman, I'm desperate for one of your best moles. Like I'm desperate for something about saints. Mr. Moleman,
give me a mole.
And a mole swims off to a certain area. Would you
beautiful angel, you
roll for me an investigation roll?
Fuck you, Lydia.
I know, but this is a really investigation.
Stop asking me for the it's my only minus. Total fuck you. 16 minus 1, 15.
That's not bad. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. But you don't find it.
Fuck.
You find a lot about now I want to say painted saints. Fuck. Patron saints. That's right. What I'm saying, isn't it?
Saints.
A patron saint.
No, painting.
Stop it. And how they worship them is same but not the same as a god, and that those saints are then often saints that are under other deities, or sometimes they can be saints in their own right, but it's rarer to get that. So you have a whole bunch of saints that are the saints of Lady Thorn, and they've done great acts in the name of Lady Thorn.
Can I get a tome of saints or something to take out the Jingle with me?
You roll persuasion on Vodnos, because that is a really important time to be taken from the library.
Look, mate. Sorry, sir. I'm so sorry. Please, I know I'm asking for sympathy, and what I'm about to say doesn't maybe warrant it, but I've never had a bad day in my life, and I think this might be my first bad day, and I'm just really reeling from it. No, I know, and I understand that it doesn't maybe warrant the sympathy that I'm asking for, but I need you to understand, I've got a lot riding on doing, not even well, just sort of passing, and I fall at the first hurdle, and my God, my absolute, or my saint, as I maybe should be saying, but I'll flip a coin for it.
What did you get on persuasion?
Oh, fuck. Persuasion. 9.
Come back in the morning. You can copy the pages out that you wish to.
So many pages, mate. Fuck. Mate, oh, sorry, sir. I'm so sorry.
Yes, do please call me Master Vodnos.
It's the formality that I'm struggling with, because
it's a lot to take in. I can see that.
I prefer sort of in a more colloquial setting, and I find that's where I excel. Whereas the formalities make me sort of second guess what I'm doing, and it just sort of throws me off my rhythm. I'm gonna go get past. Fuck. Yeah, then he's gonna just head to the Apennine, just gutted.
Yeah. You arrived to a fairly raucous evening of Hiraeth has is absolutely in the most intimate, intense conversation with somebody who is absolutely under his thrall. It is one of those things where they're only talking to each other, but it feels almost embarrassing to watch them talk.
Yeah.
And
It's like those two kids in Starbucks. Is this even legal?
I have two questions, Lydia.
Yeah.
First, are they a student?
Well, do you want I mean, you tell me. They're either a warlock fuck person, or
I think absolutely it's one of the fuck people, to be fair. Second question, Lydia. Are they my father?
I'm going to say this because I want to make sure that Michelle feels comfortable. It's not Janaris.
No, absolutely.
I was
absolutely
gonna
not
launch
Janaris.
myself through the screen if you're like, can I fuck Janaris?
I mean, is it Mel? Is it Agatha's sister? Is it student?
No. I think it's probably one of the. I think it is one of the warlocks that were at ours. And I think after a little bit of time, sort of like as the night starts to kind of wind down, Hariath kind of pops over to Agatha and just very subtly kind of says, I'm probably not coming home with you tonight, so don't worry about me. And sort of takes himself off.
Be safe. Yeah.
Always.
Yes. What would you like to?
The rest of the warlock fuck people are playing push, right?
Yeah.
I think Sonny's had a day, and he's going to walk in, and he's going to go, all right, Ags, all right, Hariath, and then when he sees them like passing over like coin, he's going to go. Right. He's going to walk up. I'm going to walk over to the table. All right, fuckheads, you done playing children's games? You want to play a real fucking game? And I ain't talking about no silver or no copper. And he's going to pull out like a deck of cards, like a sealed, like, you know how you get them at casinos, like freshly concealed? And it just says, like, Lucky Birchwater's 3-card ante. And he's just going to, like, break the seal with a knife. He goes, y'all play, y'all, you lot play Free Dragon Ante, do you? And he's going to, like, start, like, shuffling, like, cards. Like, right, clear this fucking table.
Shit just got real. Come on.
It did. Right. It's 50 gold buy-in. We're doing 3 flights, and you can up the ante twice on your second flight. You're in?
I'm going to pretend like they know because Lydia does not. Instead of actually playing, shall we? You get to roll.
I am proficient in 3 dragon antes.
So you roll that.
Would you like a wisdom check?
You just add your proficiency.
No, it's definitely intelligence, mate. Definitely intelligence.
It's not intelligence. No, it's not. I believe in the heart of the cards. Get fucked.
I think it's.
I'm thinking insight because it's about like people's
poker-esque.
Yeah, because you've got basically people get hand and they have to build a fight of dragons. So my insight is the same as what my 3 dragon ante wisdom roll would be.
Okay. I'm going to say that you're going to, because that was a fairly intimidating thing. Pluto is going to play with you first.
It's multiplayer. Multiple people can pay in.
They don't really want to. They want to see what happens to Pluto first.
Cool.
I don't have his thing, but
I got a 21.
He did not get a 21. He rolled a 7. He's not proficient at 3 Dragon Ante. So that is, under a 10 no matter what. You said 50 gold buy-in.
Yeah. And they can up the ante each turn. It can be more, basically. So they have 3 flights of 3 Dragon Ante, and in between each fight, you can up the ante. Which is like raising in poker.
You walk away with 150 gold of Pluto's money.
Damn.
And I'm gonna grab that. Does anyone else want to play?
Absolutely not.
I'm gonna take the 150 gold, and I'm gonna walk over to the bar and just drop all of it in the tip thing. Be like, I'm going home, fuckheads. And he's just gonna walk out the bar, leaving the cards on the
so
table.
Intense. So you're going home. You've just walking straight out and back up to the school.
Basically, he's walked in. He's in a situation that he knows he's gone right. I can do a thing. I can be competent for a moment, and he wants to just take the 150 gold, throw all of the 150 gold in the tip jar, and then walk out.
You walk out into the street and down the lane that will lead back up to I don't think I've described this before, but the streets in Solaraire are lit with arcane lights that are actually kind of fancy and not like Qualar doesn't have them. Like it's unlike other cities that you've been holidaying in as well. They're quite fancy, beautiful arcane crystals lit in like streetlight sconces, and you turn a corner and the arcane lamps are out, and you hear a scream in the street from basically you're looking down the street that is darker, and there's a little alleyway, and you can see something in that alleyway on the ground that is screaming.
I've got a pretty decent passive perception. I've got a better passive insight. I've got dark vision. I'm running full speed.
Okay. You run full speed, and what you see in that alleyway is a person lying. There is a pool of blood around their lower half. They are screaming in pain. Their Achilles have been sliced.
Oh, fuck you, Lydia.
And they can't stand up. They're in agony. They are they're sort of screaming and clutching at their ankles. What did you say your passive
perception is 14.
Can you roll perception for me?
Okay, let's go. 19. Really shouldn't struggle to add 6 to things. Fucking, I've been so thrown off.
You see not even really a figure, but something moving on a rooftop that is right at the end of the hang on a second, right at the end of the little alleyway, and we're going to end there and pick it up next week. Well done, guys. Well done. Once again, not a lot of dice roll, but you guys in the full swing of things. There is going to be, just so that people get an idea of what the vibe is going to be. There will be moments of and a few weeks pass, and do this and that and the other, but it's not going to be a day per session every time by any stretch of the imagination. I just wanted you guys to know what a day at the school feels like, and how long and full on it is, and how that every minute is filled with.
I've had my first worst day, and I hate it.
Did I pick literally the worst time for a hookup?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, no.
Shit.
Last night would have been the worst night for a hookup.
Woo. Yeah.
But I think Sunny left with an absolute purpose. But I think you were probably not that far behind to go to this person's cloister, and Agatha were working behind the bar, so I couldn't I don't know how I would place you anywhere near it.
No, Agatha would for sure be at the bar, and I think even as the night goes on and it gets quieter, she cracks out her books and she's just like sat there studying and occasionally getting a pint if people need it.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. You can definitely log a plenty. I mean, I say plenty. You can log a handful of hours in copying out your.
Sunny
your
did say you don't want to use someone else's book.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Lydia.
Yeah, thanks, Liz. That was
Thank
fun.
you.
Sunny's having a terrible time. Thank you very much. Thank you.
I can't believe you left Bing Bong behind with her special leggings.
Wait, did Bing Bong not come?
No, she got held up, so she wasn't with you with
Oh.
her special juicy thigh leggings.
That makes me feel
Oh.
so sad, Lydia.
You know, she probably found her own way. She's probably in the grapevine waiting for you guys.
Oh.
She's having a great time. She's got juicy thigh leggings.
Bing Bong's coming!
Thank you very much to everyone for watching.
Yeah,
I
thanks.
know I've seen on Twitter that there's been some new watchers who are enjoying it.
Thanks.
Love all of that. Love the conversation on Twitter. Thank you very much for joining in the chat. Joshy, thank you very much for raiding. Joshy and Tom, thank you very much for subscribing. Joshy, thank you very much for cheering 69 bits. Tom, thank you for gifting a sub to Chris.
Nice.
Lots and lots of point rewards. Thank you very much for raiding. Follow Black Cats. And Susanna Grace, thank you very much for following. We have a Discord. We have a YouTube. We have socials. The itch.io bundle for Ukraine, it's like we're down to like hours, like 30 something hours left, and it's like $5.8 million. Like it could so close to 6.
Insane.
Incredible.
It's insane. Some other heroes on Twitch. Definitely check them out. Same on Twitter. This Sunday and alternating Tuesdays, but they're taking 2 weeks off because they were backed up. And Dice and Slice, search that on whatever podcasters you have, and we did a collab with them, and that's going up at the moment, as well as a secret collab, which was just Lydia and them, which is all sorts of wonderful things. Links are coming up in the chat. Thank you very much, everyone.
Dragon Age tomorrow. Join
Dragon
us.
Age tomorrow. 3
Dragon
p.m.
Age
Yeah.
tomorrow between 3 and 5. No, 3 till 5.
3 till 5. Sometimes we chat a little bit about the game just because we can't help ourselves.
It's hard not to. We do
Yeah.
try and behave, but we simply do not.
Yeah.
No.
It's that or yelling at an egg or talking
Yeah.
random nonsense.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
And if you do go to any one of the things that we've recommended and you check it out and you like it, let them know that Wicked Game sent you.
Yeah.
That means a lot, Like we like to create this like interconnected web of good content. Thank you all so much for joining us.
Yeah,
Have a wonderful evening, and we will see
We
you
love you all
next week.
Bye.
Bye.